We're in Smyrna, Delaware. Good evening, folks. Welcome to 2 Sports Friday Night Headlamp Conference Game of the Week. You're watching the Sodell Concepts pregame show. Tonight, two powers collide as the Maryland 4A state runner-up Franklin Indians from Reisterstown, Maryland, makes their first trip to Delaware to take on the two-time defending Division I state champion Smyrna Eagles. Franklin comes in tonight with a 1-1 record, losing last week to number 9 nationally ranked DeMatha 36-0. Smyrna 0-1, falling last week to Middletown 35-28 in a rematch of the 2016 state title game. And let me bring in my partner here, Sean Brennan. And Sean.
Hey, Benny, great to be here.
Gator, we talked about this last week. This game, we are excited for the fans tonight. This is
it's a special treat to be. Weeks, yeah, it's a special treat to be out here tonight and witness a team of great tradition and watching them warm up. And this is a small college here tonight.
Absolutely,
they are big, fast. Quarterback with great accuracy tonight. You know, we talk about throwing guys open and stuff, and I was watching him, do pregame and stuff, and he really does work on, trying to throw his receivers opens and things. I'm really, really excited about the high level of play that we're going to see tonight.
Sean, talk a little bit about Smyrna coming in this game. So far this year, they're Will Knight.
Yeah, I mean, two-time defending state champions. You're bound to lose some things, and they obviously lost a great talent at the quarterback position, but Will Knight had a great week last week against Middletown. He rushed the ball for 22 times for 317 yards. The thing that scares me, though, that they seem to be a very one-dimensional team right now, whereas they've had some balance over the past years. He had 317 yards rushing, but he had 4 big plays of 60, 68, 35, and 70 yards. You take those away, Benny, Will Knight was 18 carries for 84 yards, so for a 4.6 average. So they're going to have to find some balance tonight in order to compete with this Franklin team. And
they still have Iman Roberts. They've got a couple of receivers back, and this year they have Nolan Henderson's gone. And
sure, I mean he's a tough kid to replace. So Isaiah Wilson though, comes in. I mean he was 7 of 14 last week for 33 yards.
And that's what I was going to say, the 33 yards. And I think the thing is,
they're going to stretch the field a little bit.
Anybody can expect Isaiah Wilson to come in and beat Nolan Henderson.
No,
he's Nolan Henderson grew up in Mike Judy's program.
Well, and coaching a kid like Nolan Henderson's a once in a lifetime kind of situation.
But what I'm saying is, Isaiah Wilson just needs to be Isaiah Wilson.
Absolutely.
If Will Knight's Will Knight, the lineman, Roberts, is Iman Roberts, he can just be Isaiah Washington.
Yeah. I mean, I think the kid tonight that's going to make a difference is Keyshawn Tolbert. Keyshawn Tolbert last week had 126 kick return yards. That's a pretty good average. And he had a 72-yarder. So you're talking about flipping the field, punting to Keyshawn, that's a pretty nice weapon to have.
Players to watch. The Dream Scouting Report players to watch for Franklin High School, the Indians, number 6, Asante Kearney, talking to their coach. He's got several some FCS and FBS, couple MAC conference offers. Mm-hmm. So he's got to be somebody that Smyrna's got to pay attention to. And then number 3, Sam Botchway. He tells me he's coming off a serious season-ending ankle injury from last season.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously Smyrna doesn't get to watch any film on this guy, and their coach said he's a guy to watch.
One of the guys I want to watch tonight that I'm excited for is strong safety Dwayne Davis. He has 14 tackles in 2 games and 2 picks for 62 yards. So he's got some speed that he can do something with the ball after he intercepts it. So he's been a stay for them on the defensive end, and I'm really excited to see what he does here tonight.
Players to watch on the Smyrna side. Imagine this. Number 25, Will Knight, Mr. Everything. He was the Gatorade Player of the Year as a sophomore.
Sure.
2-time All-State running back. He is committed to the University of Delaware, so he'll be joining his former backfield mate Nolan Henderson next year. And on defense, I think a guy that's going to be huge is Hunter Moyer, number 28. If Hunter Moyer can get it rolling and get some pressure and make this Franklin team uncomfortable, I mean, they're already traveling. from Reisterstown. Make them a little uncomfortable back there in the backfield. I think Hunter Moyer could be a big key in this game.
Staying on the defensive end for me, strong safety Caden Naylor had 10 tackles last week against Middletown. And then Debo Williams at the linebacker spot and Deron Aku, again, both of them had 9 tackles. So between the three of them, they were getting it done, and I'm excited to see what they can do. This Franklin team looks fast.
Right,
so,
absolutely.
Looks really fast.
All right, Sean, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back with the Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks. But their only score being a late field goal concerns me in this game. Milford has a couple of talented backs, so the lack of scoring is a surprise to me. I think DMA will come in seeking revenge from last year. DMA 21. Milford 14.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know what to make of Milford right now. They only scored 3 points. You want to be top dog, you got to put more offense on the board. And like you said, DMA was a pretty tough game last year, if I remember. And I don't know if they'll be able to stop DMA from getting the end zone. So we'll see.
DMA had a big win over Wilmington Charter last week. Kickoff 7 o'clock in Georgetown, Sussex Tech. They have had trouble moving the ball in their season opener against Milford and their scrimmage with William Penn. And Slays Annam is Slays Annam. They will grind. They're going to put points on the board. This is a rough opponent to have coming into Georgetown after an upset loss last week to Division II Milford. Slays Annam 35, Sussex Tech 7.
Yeah, I credit Tech for challenging themselves and bringing in tough opponents, but I think Sally's is going to put points on the board and they're going to win this game.
This is a tough one. 7 o'clock kickoff in Camden. St. George's had I call it a shocking loss to Division II Howard last week. Just how do the Hawks respond in this game? I said last week the Riders have to earn my pick this year. Did they do it in their double overtime win against Appoquinimink? I'm taking Cesar Rodney on sheer momentum. This game could grind that. This could be another overtime game for the Riders. Cesar Rodney 17, St. George's 14.
Yeah, well, they're both well-coached teams. I'm a big fan of both coaching staffs. I know both head coaches. They're good guys. They coach their boys right. But my bias is going to kick in, and I got the Rider, always a Rider. I got to go with the Riders.
7 o'clock kickoff down in Dagsboro. Another game that could be a nail-biter. Polytech Panthers much improved over last year, even though dropping a tight one to Adapont last week. Indian River played until the final minute, and they snatched victory from the jaws of defeat over a highly respected Glasgow team. Whoever can stay disciplined wins this game. That being said, the Indians showed last Thursday that they just might be better when they just lay it all out there. Indian River 24, Polytech Panthers 21.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be an exciting game. They're both up-and-coming teams. They've been struggling the last couple of years. It's going to be a great game. I agree. I think the Indians pick up the win because they're going to put points in the board. They're going to let it all hang out.
Dover at Woodbridge, 7 o'clock kickoff. Just one more drive and wins over Archmere last week. This week, the Senators quarterback returns from his injury. The Senators, they can't try to win a shootout over the defending Division II state champs. The Blue Raiders, they can drive it down the field and punch one in, or they can break a big play. Woodbridge needs to make some stops on defense to go 2-0 heading into the state title rematch with Wilmington Friends next week. Woodbridge gets it 35 to over 28.
Yeah, I'm disappointed we won't get to see either of these two teams till midway through the season, but I think Woodbridge, they got my respect. I think that as dangerous as Dover can be, I think Woodbridge picks up this win.
And one Saturday game in the Helen Conference this week, Lake Forest travels to Tatnall, noon kickoff in Wilmington. Both teams coming off season opening loss. A rare noon kickoff for Lake Forest Spartans. Tatnall's a young team, probably need to be 8-2 or 9-1 to get into the playoffs this year. So with one loss already, every game now might be a must-win for them as they start off 0-1. The Spartans, if they can mix in the passing game with the run, they will be successful. I'm taking Lake Forest 14, Tatnall Hornets 10.
Yeah, Lake Forest has always been a powerhouse in the Southern Division. They've always been a team we put up there as contenders, but obviously they fell on tough times last season. I think this week is where they pick themselves back up and get back into contention.
And our game of the week, Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. The Franklin High School Indians, they're coming to Delaware for the first time to take on the Smyrna Eagles and talk about two powers colliding. The Franklin Indians were the Maryland 4A runner-up last year to powerhouse Damascus. They lost 14-12. The Indians were state champs in 2013 and 2014, and they feature several Division I commits on their roster. Smyrna Eagles became the first Henley Open Conference team to win back-to-back Division I state titles last year. Two-time All-State running back and University of Delaware commit Will Knight is a load to stop. Last week, 317 yards, 4 touchdowns against Middletown. The Eagles have to get their passing game rolling this week. I'm taking the Eagles on a 2-point conversion. Smyrna 30, Franklin 28.
Yeah, well, I went to college right down the road from the area this Franklin school is from. So obviously a lot of Baltimore County kids played college football at McDaniel College, so I know they can play. I know there's good football out there, but I think Will Knight's too tough. I think Smyrna will get the job done and win.
Again, these are picks, the Purple Parrot Pigskin Picks. Purple Parrot 134 Rehoboth Avenue. And like I said, if they're busy, they're full, slip one block over to Baltimore Avenue, 52 Baltimore Avenue, the Iguana Grill, their sister restaurant. And again, we want to thank them for their sponsorship of the Pigskin Picks. As we join us tomorrow night live, 6:30 Sodell pregame show, 7 o'clock kickoff from Smyrna, the Franklin High School Indians, and the Smyrna Eagles. See you tomorrow night.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, open 7 days a week. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare in a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare in a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare and a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls.
Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy.
And welcome back to Smyrna, Delaware. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Sean Brennan. On the camera tonight, Trey Mitchell. Doing our stats, Dave Marvel. Gator, let's go. Gator X's and O's for Franklin High School. What are their keys to the game to victory tonight?
Well, for Franklin, obviously, I mean, it's pretty obvious for anyone around the state. Find a way to stop Will Knight. You know, Smyrna's go-to playmaker. They have to be willing to make sure that they find some kind of way, whether it's through a blitz or fundamental tackling, something. They have to hold Will Knight in check. Number 2, prevent the big play. Again, going back to Will Knight, you know, they cannot give plays over 20 yards. No plays over 20. You know, Will had plays of 60, 68, 35, and 70 last week. And then thirdly, you got to score touchdowns in the red zone. You can't be kicking field goals because Smyrna scores touchdowns in the red zone. So in order to, you know, hang with them, and we know that Smyrna's been able to hang half 100 on people and good people, you got to score touchdowns in the red
what
zone.
Are Smyrna's keys?
For Smyrna, you got to find balance on offense. Offense coordinator Mike Marks got his work cut out for him today. You got to find some way to get that passing game going, threaten Franklin down the field a little bit. You got to win the turnover battle. Franklin has created 5 turnovers in 2 games, so they're a turnover-creating machine. You make sure you win the turnover battle. And thirdly, get off the field on 3rd down. Get the ball back to Will Knight and company and let that clock run, because Franklin can't score if they don't have the ball. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gators, X's and O's.
There you go. At the end of the game tonight, we will pick a Louis Pizza player of the game. Louis Pizza, home of the grinder, 11 Rehoboth Avenue. Also, tonight, we'll be keeping you up to date on other games around the conference with the Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Barkley Heating and Air. And then finally, it's time for the Turf Report, the Green Blade Turf Report.
Love this one, too.
Folks, we're on the carpet. We're on artificial turf tonight at Smyrna High School. It's 80 degrees, and as you can tell by the camera view, it's sunny. It is sunny out, and
she'll be dipping behind the trees
maybe
soon.
A little hot football weather, who knows? But it is 80
I like it
degrees,
swampy, so I think it's perfect football
weather. The
weather.
lights aren't even on yet, Sean.
Nope.
So that's the Green Blade Turf Report. Green Blade Irrigation and Turf Care, serving Kent County, 736 long. So Sean, we'll see captain's getting ready to come out. We're getting ready to check the turf, or check the who's going to get the ball here. Another thing Coach wanted me to talk about was freshman from last year. He's a returning starter at 36, Javon Reams. He feels like he's a special player. And also this quarterback, Emmett Avery, he was at Calvert Hall last year. He might have transfer.
Larry Smith.
Avery he's 13 of 23 passing for 105 yards, and he has 35 yards rushing as well in 2 games. He shows a lot of great balance. I really like that kid. He was one of my kids to kind of really look at tonight as well. And Larry Smith for them, the other quarterbacks, 9 of 13 for 97 yards. So both guys have high QBR ratings right now.
And there's the toss. And it appears Smyrna has won the toss. And they're going to defer as the referee looks over to Franklin to see what they want to do. Smyrna does win the toss. Oh, they're receiving.
Yeah,
they
want the ball
first.
Smyrna's won the toss and will receive the opening kickoff.
So here we go, Sean. 2013-2014 Maryland 4A state champs. Last year, division runner-up to a powerhouse Damascus, 14-12. And let me tell you, we can get a little perspective of that game because we watched Oakdale blow Cape out the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Damascus beat Oakdale 41-14 in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, this is a real deal.
14-12 was the final score of last year's state championship game between Damascus and Franklin. And then you have, and we know them well, the 2-time Division I defending state champs. Defending state champs and have never been number 1 seed, Sean.
Yep.
The Smyrna Eagles, and they're led by running back Will Knight, number 25. And, I'm sure they're going to try to get their quarterback with Wilson going early. But if not, you're going to see a lot of Wildcat and a lot of Will Knight.
And the clock runs, and Franklin can't score if you don't have the ball. We mentioned that in the X's and O's.
Well, it doesn't run a lot because he usually touches it and goes to the end zone.
Yeah. Find a way to not give up plays over 20 yards.
Absolutely.
It's difficult.
Here come the Eagles. 12-0 last season. Season opener against Middletown, 35-28 loss. Rematch of last year's state championship game. And I'll tell you, Sean, a two-time division state championship team with a lot of room to get better.
So there's a great possibility those two teams could be seeing each other again in the Delaware State Championship game this year. And, it was an exciting game to watch. I got to watch it this week on replay on 302 Sports. And it was a great game to watch, and I'm really excited about this one.
And this is not our last Smyrna game, as we will see Smyrna again in a few weeks when they take on Cape Henlopen.
Yeah, and Cape's, battling for a Henlopen championship themselves. They feel confident this year, and that's good to be a good matchup too.
Suitland out of Maryland, out of Prince George's County. I called a couple of friends of mine, tried to get a little scoop on Suitland. They said they're a middle of the pack Prince George's County team, but there's some good football down there.
Right.
Here we go. The Indians prepared to kick it off here. Week number 2 underway. We're at Smyrna High School, 302 Sports. The Sodell Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week. And that's number 85. Let Jake Herman kick it off. It goes to number 8, Keyshawn Whaley, and he's going to be taken down about the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
27-yard line. Tackle play by number 20, Jaquez Hilton. 1st and 10 Smyrna, ball on their own 27-yard line.
So here we go, Smyrna 1st and 10, no huddle, and Wilson is that quarterback in the shotgun with Wilson in the backfield. Trips to the left, and a man down here at the bottom of the screen. And Wilson takes the snap, hand off to Will Knight, little read option, and Franklin has it sniffed out. It's going to be a loss of 3 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 13.
Great form tackling there. Benny, already different game from what we covered last week. You saw traditional wing T.
Right.
Here it's spread them out.
And do they spread it out? They
Yeah, all of it, all 50-some yards of the field. Absolutely.
There we go, 2nd and 13 for the Indians. Wilson in the shotgun, read option, pulls it out, and throws like a hitch pass.
Yeah,
It'll be incomplete. 3rd and 13.
We're so used to seeing them complete that ball. That's a long throw for that young man. But it was in a good spot where only his guy could make the catch.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. One thing we don't see much out of Smyrna last year would be Nolan Henderson that would just punt out of the short snap. We might see Smyrna punt formation. 3rd and 13 for the Eagles. Eagles in the all red, headed from left to right. Franklin in the gray with red numbers and red sleeves. Wilson takes a snap, 3-step drop, steps up, looks down the left sideline, got a man open.
Just overthrown.
Keyshawn Tolbert. That's going to bring up a 4th and 13.
Really good coverage that time by the right corner at the top of the screen there on that go route. Did a great job of putting a hand on the hip and just running with him.
Okay.
But he did get beat by a step.
So 4th and 13, and on the punt, number 60, Anthony Buscemi. And this is something we did not see out of Smyrna the past years, was a punt team.
Straight punt, right.
Good snap. And gets an end-over-end punt. Bounces at about the 42, straight up in the air. And Smyrna's going down, and that's number 1. Darryl Debo Williams. And that's going to be Franklin. 1st and 10. Pretty good field position. Taking over here at 43.
Absolutely. Great place to start midfield. Defense did a great job by making sure that they go 3 and out and getting off the field. And getting their offense starting great in midfield. Great field position.
1st and 10
you're on the road. This is a great place to
At
start.
quarterback, number 1, Emmett Avery, the junior. And it looks like a little pistol formation and slot to the left.
That's the old bandit. Bandit right there. Flanker to the right.
Read option. He hands it off to number 20, Key Hilton.
That may have been
and he's got nowhere to go on that play.
They may have called that because to me that was a keep by the quarterback.
Right.
The read that you got by the defense. He had a lot of green grass out here.
Ball on the Franklin 44-yard line.
Second and 9 for the Indians. In the pistol formation. Slot to the right. Quick step, 3-step drop. He's under pressure.
Good
That's
pressure.
Hunter Moyer. And he's just going to throw it out of bounds.
Smart
And
play.
it's going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
And there's one of your key players of the game, Hunter Boyer, getting off.
Getting the pressure on him.
Yes, absolutely. It would be nice if he could get a rip move or a swim move to come off that block because he did a good job of getting off the line of scrimmage and driving his man back. But come off there and make a play.
3rd and 9 for the Indians of Franklin High School in Reisterstown, Maryland. Quick 3-step drop, finds the man on the outside, and hit right away. That's a catch made by number 36, Vaughn Reams, and number 24, Adam Tuxworth on the tackle. That's going to bring up a 4th and short.
And they played pitch and catch there. You got to, when you're running that route, you got to know where the sticks are. So you got to go 2 yards past the sticks to come back. Now you find yourself 2 yards short of the
4th and
first
3
down.
just across the 50, and on comes the punter for Franklin. Back deep, number 5 is Iman Roberts. We watched him last year.
Yep.
Good receiver, a couple of big touchdowns in the playoff game last year in the semifinals.
Good speed.
Good snap. And we have a flag on the play, probably going to be procedure. And Roberts catches it on the run. Makes him on
big block.
tackle. Nice tackle by number 8, Frankie Stevens. Let's see what the flag is on the play.
Adam Tuxworth made a block and took out 3 guys. That was great.
That looks like it's going to be a procedure penalty on Franklin. And Smyrna's going to decline the penalty and take the ball. Or they haven't re-kicked. No signal from the referee yet.
When you have an explosive returner like that, why not make him kick it again, right?
And they are going to make him re-kick, so that's going to bring up about a 4th and 8.
I mean, you know.
9:33 to play here in the first quarter.
I mean, Roberts can take it to the house. We've seen it before. Why not make him do it, right?
Right.
I mean, that's a smart move.
And I noticed that punt, the snap was chest high, but it was a slow arcing snap. We'll see if before this game's over, Smyrna tries to get after one of those. So there we go, back again in punt formation are the Indians. And there's that high, slow snap. And he gets one off. Spiral, a little floater on it. Sean Roberts takes it, takes a step back, and tackled after about 2-yard gain by number 36, Vaughn Reams. That's one of the players coach want to talk about.
Good coverage by Franklin that time on the punt.
1st and 10, Smyrna.
Everybody stayed in their lanes. You have to get some positive yardage here.
Right. Hey, it's not often we come to a Smyrna game and see him punt on the first series.
Right.
So here we go, 1st and 10 with 9:23 to go in the first quarter for the Smyrna Eagles. And there are slots to both sides. Knight in the backfield with Wilson. And read option, hand off to Knight. Knight breaks away. And breaks 3 tackles. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 40. That's enough for a first down. And that's the elusiveness of Will Knight.
He's shady. He's shady. He's got moves. And he's strong and powerful.
Right.
You have to make sure you're fundamentally sound and wrap him up. But you have to just look at the midsection. The midsection, it's going to always be there. Trust it. Run through it.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. It's the first down of the game. Wildcat formation with Knight. Bumps into his own man. Picks up about 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
And he seems to be a little shaken up there.
Shaken up on the play, and we're going to have a injury timeout.
I think he fell on top of the ball when he got tackled.
Right, probably knocked the wind out himself.
Mhm.
Now, you have one Wilson graduate last year, Kalen Wilson, and then you get the transfer comes from Glasgow, and heck, if he's not a Wilson, too, there's just Wilsons all over the field in this place. Younger brother, Larson Wilson, number 3, playing defense for the Eagles of Kalen, who graduated last year.
You are a plethora of trivia when it comes to that stuff.
Well, they are wrestlers, so.
There it is. Folks, we're 8:59 left in the first quarter, and we got our first wrestling plug.
Oh, don't worry. I scouted out the wrestlers on Franklin's team, too.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
And he's up and walks off the field.
You probably know if they're cat lovers and everything.
Sean.
You know if they're cat lovers yet? Have you figured that one out yet? Remember we had the cat discussion last year.
I live with cats.
Yeah.
Second and 7.
Good to see Will walk off on his own power that time.
Got up and clapped as he walked off the
Yes,
field.
he did.
So that's just to let the Smyrna faithful know, hey, I'm all right. Just
Yep.
take one play off.
Got to take one. I'll be back.
So here we go. Shotgun, 2 guys in the backfield this time. Slot to the left. Motion with Roberts to the far side. He's going to flood that side with trips. Read option. He pulls it out. He turns it up. Inside the 40. Touchdown saving tackle by number 2. The guy you talked about, Dwayne Davis.
Yeah, great tackle, but I really enjoyed the play. Coming in there, they could see by coverage, they're seeing playing man free, the motion, the other backer out, and then you're going to run right where that backer had to go out with the motion man, where Smyrna outnumbered them. It was a great play call.
1st and 10.
Looking for the same thing. There it is, rolling the coverage.
Oh, this
35.
time he hands off tonight, and breaks 2 tackles, but he's going to lose yards on that play. He's going to have a loss of about 6 on the play.
Jaden Watson comes free, unblocked, forgets to wrap up again. You got to wrap him up. But there was good swarm and pursuit from behind.
Brings up 2nd down, 16, ball on the Franklin 40-yard line.
Now, in years past, this wasn't a big issue. I'm interested to see how 2nd and long now really affects the Eagles' offense.
2nd and 16 here for the Eagles. Wilson in the backfield with Knight.
Man coverage again.
He cuts it up, picks up about 6 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
For a gain of 6. Tackle play for number 25, Elijah Solomon. Number 90, Rashad Dendy.
3rd down for the Eagles.
10, ball on the Franklin 34-yard line.
And we have a whistle on the play. Officials
Officials
timeout.
timeout.
Looks like maybe equipment. Number 19 going off the field.
Chin strap.
Yeah, this Franklin team's big, Sean.
No. I was down there when they were stretching and warming up. Intimidating, the size that you saw. Like I said, small college, big kids, and in shape too.
Right. 3rd and 10 from the 39-yard line. Roll out with Wilson. He's got a man open down the sideline. That's number 15. Catches
Great
it
catch.
across the 1-yard line.
Great
Number
catch.
15, Marcus Bass with a diving catch.
And that play, honestly, you won't see it, folks, in the stats. That play was set up by Will Knight in pass pro. As a man came free off the edge, Will did a great job of ushering him, and they were able to get to the edge and make that throw.
So there we go to the Wildcat for Nate. Oh, no, Wilson comes back in.
No, he's back.
Quarterback.
He's a quarterback.
1st and goal from the 1.
I think we all know who's
And
getting it
handoff to
here.
Will Knight, touchdown, Will
Nicely
Knight.
done.
Smyrna 6 right away.
So
6, Franklin nothing.
that time, Elijah Solomon comes free in the backfield and stops. You can't stop and grab Will Knight. He's going to jerk by you. You have to make sure you run through him. If they don't make adjustments, this could be one of them barn burner games, Benny, that we're going up and down the
Back
field.
and forth down the field, yeah.
They're going to have to make some tackling adjustments right now because
So here
Will's
we go,
giving
the
them
earthquake
fits.
formation. And read option, Will Knight left side. It's good, 2-point conversion. And the Eagles go up 8-0 to start the game. And folks, we'll be right back.
Hooters Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
And back to Smyrna. Benny Mitchell with Sean Brennan, 302 Sports. Your Henlip Conference Friday night game of the week brought to you by Sodell Concepts.
Devon Reeves. Kicking off for Smyrna, number 60, Anthony Buscemi.
Buscemi will be kicking off. And about the 19-yard line, that's number 36.
Ooh.
Von Reems.
Wow.
Tackled right by number 22, Deron Aku. And he was a big player last year on defense.
Yeah, he was.
Eagles.
Really impressed with Hart, though, on that tackle. It was a great job.
First and 10, Franklin.
First and 10 for the Indians at their own 24-yard, 23-yard line, we'll call it.
You know, the thing I like about Smyrna, too, is, like, there's a Coup who's your starting safety or outside linebacker, or however you want to use them, and here he is on special teams running down there making the initial hit. It goes to show you that Coach Judy really takes special teams as 1/3 of the game.
Well, the past two seasons, nobody played two ways for the Eagles. I haven't noticed yet tonight if there's anybody playing both ways.
And I haven't either at this point because I'm trying to watch the interior line.
There go handoff on the left side. That's number 20, Shaquille Hilton, and he's tackled by number 1, Debo Williams, and helped out by Hunter Moyer.
Yeah, Debo was one of the kids that I talked about earlier, along with the Coup. He had 9 tackles last week, and now he's on the stat sheet now with a big tackle.
Pick up about, call it 5 on the play, 2nd and 5 for the Indians. As they look to answer Smyrna's score on their second possession of the game.
He's open deep.
Wide open down the sideline.
Yep.
That's a touchdown.
That's a secondary bust right there. You get caught looking in the backfield. Got caught looking in the backfield.
Touchdown run.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Adam Tuxworth looked like he had him. Quarterback rolls, and he stopped.
Yes, he
can't
did.
stop. The old scrambling drill. I know when I was coaching ball, you see the quarterback scrambling, go deep.
Here's interesting. You know, Smyrna, now last week they were 50% on their 2-point conversions. I think last year we had them above 80%.
Yeah.
And Franklin's going to go with the kick, so maybe they're figuring on stopping. If this gets into a shootout, they're going to hope to stop a couple of those 2-point conversions. Good snap, places down, up. That's split right down the middle. 8-7.
You're on the road. You got to be who you are too, though.
Right.
If you're a team that kicks it, then you got to kick it. Smyrna doesn't kick it. They haven't had a kicker in years.
Right.
So they're going to do what they do.
So we'll be right back with a commercial from Delaware Self-Defense Academy. Back. Indians getting ready to kick off to Smyrna here. 6:05 to play. 8-7. Smyrna leads. First quarter action. And kick down the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a penalty for procedure.
Giving Smyrna good field position.
Smyrna probably make him kick it again.
Yeah, we saw that last week, right?
Right. Saw it with the Sussex Central Hodgson game.
Yeah, they made Hodgson re-kick. And it really helped Central's field position as well. They gained about 20 yards on it, too. But I think Smyrna's going to take it, Benny, at the 35.
Wow. Okay. Sean, at halftime, we're going to have the Dream Scouting Report. Shannon Riley, former coach at Glasgow, now working with this Dream Scouting Network. He'll be up here at halftime. We're going to talk a little, I believe, a couple Smyrna guys or a couple of his proteges. So we're going to talk a little bit about football. We'll talk about some college scouting. And
we always do have a good guest. Always. He was a good football coach.
First, gave Glasgow led Glasgow to their first Blue Hen Plate B win championship in many, many years. St. George's and Hodgson had owned that thing. And we have another whistle. And I think it's maybe a sideline warning or.
I don't know. I can't hear these headphones on.
It's head coach Anthony Burgos of Franklin. He's on a conversation with the white hat.
I know the way Franklin's trying to play this formation with Dwayne Davis, their free safety, playing up so close because they're so worried about Will Knight.
Right.
They're really exposing themselves to, a double.
We saw the big pass.
A double post move or a dig post move, something where you're going to hold him and throw over the top.
Here we go.
Man coverage again.
Double slots. Knight in the backfield with Wilson. Read option, handoff. Oh, tackled right away. Ball's on the ground. Oh, no, I guess he kept it.
No, he pulled it.
He pulled it out.
Pulled it at the last second. And that was a good ride because it even faked you out as well. So what they're doing right now, it looks like their adjustment now
I think big number 9
is to use Davis as a spy on Will Knight.
Right.
And they're just going to play your man up on the outside.
Not so much fool me as number 19 just looks like an eclipse.
Right.
When he grabbed hold of Will Knight.
True. He's a big boy.
Down the right sideline, he's got Roberts with a step. Can't grab it. Incomplete
Good ball, though. Good ball.
Flag on the play.
And the people are upset about the coverage, but there was pushing and shoving on both sides that time. I think that's a good no call.
I agree.
Really good coverage that time.
3rd and 9.
We see so much on Saturdays and Sundays that's them throwing that penalty and giving the offense an advantage. I think that's really good coverage, and I'm glad there was no penalty there.
3rd and 9 for the Eagles, and they had a big play on 3rd down last
to keep the drive going. Absolutely.
And they're going to go off quick one of these times and catch the Indians in a switch.
Well, they're doing a strong and a weak side.
Roberts under pressure, rolls out to the right. He's got a man in the middle of the field. And that's number 7. They're going to call incomplete.
I thought
number 7.
This is where I wish we had replay. I think he got his arms underneath that ball.
Unless he bobbled it when he got down there.
I think
the referee initially looked
I know
like
one
he pulled
thing.
it in and
catch or no catch, that's a heck of an effort.
yes, it was.
A heck of an effort because he was on the hash.
Right.
When that ball was thrown, he was on the hash and ran all the way to the numbers to make that effort.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 9. On the punt is Buscemi.
So 3 series, your defense has been able to get out on 3rd down twice.
Now, Sean, I do see a kicker's net down here on the Smyrna sideline. It's just left over from maybe 5-6 years ago, or they actually are going to be trying to put it through the uprights. And going to be a timeout. We're going to be right back, folks. folks. And again, we have another whistle. And this looks like
Well, they're fixing the clock.
resetting the clock.
Yeah.
So Buscemi back in punt formation for the Eagles. And he gets a high floating snap or punt. Bounces at about the 25, rolls inside the 15, inside the 10. That's a big Smyrna bounce and roll.
I wish I could get my wedge shot to do that.
Wow, to the 6-yard line where the Indians going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 6-yard line, trailing 8-7 with 5:01 to play in the first quarter.
We'd be putting there, huh?
Yeah, you better believe it.
That's a heck of a job. That's a Saturday punt. You know?
Nice punt. Yeah, it's something they haven't really had to use
And you flip the
the
field.
past couple of years.
You flip the field.
Right. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Backed up to their own end zone.
Quarterback
And that's
keep.
Avery on the quarterback keeper. And just
Nowhere to
too
go.
many red jerseys.
Nowhere to go.
I'd like to welcome all the Franklin Indians fans tuning in tonight. They brought a nice little crowd there.
Yeah,
And,
they traveled a long way, too.
Tuning in, and welcome to Delaware football. We enjoy having you folks on the broadcast. Enjoy bringing your team's action to 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell with Sean Brennan. Week number 2 in Delaware. I believe this is week number 3 in Maryland.
Franklin's going to have to find a way to, when they run the football, to get some push.
I'm interested to see how big they are if they just wear Smyrna down as this game goes on. Hang around and keep it close. That's off to number 20. Shockey Hilton. He's got the first down. And tackle made by number 24.
Nice zone blocking up there by the front
Tuxford.
that time. Good initial contact, great footwork, creating those cutback lanes. Excellent job. Moving
When I
the
talked to Coach
sticks.
Burgos or emailed with him this week, they have several FBS and FCS prospects
Yeah.
on this team.
Well, they're huge.
Baltimore County team, that's an incomplete pass.
Hey, they're trying to run the rocket screen there. Getting it out.
Trey was a little familiar with these guys. Our cameraman, my son, he went to McDaniel, which is basically like the next exit up on 795. And a lot of Baltimore County guys go to McDaniel College. So he said, a lot of athletes come out of this area.
Well, I know one of the athletes I just watched on that rocket screen is left tackle number 59, Isaiah Lewis,
Right.
6'1", 275.
Big boy.
He was bringing it out there.
And we go to, looks like a little design roll for Avery. Looks like he'll tuck it and run and hit right on the line. Forced out of bounds by number 9, Jared Mullen. It seems like these Smyrna kids, Sean, we've been saying the same names for 3 years now. I didn't realize they've been that young over the past couple of years.
Well, they were young 2 years ago. They
Right.
weren't young last year, and they're seasoned now. They're veterans.
It's going to be interesting to see how they develop this year. Next week they come in, they have Edmonton, New Jersey. That was a late pickup game. They were looking at a 9-game season in August. 3rd and 11. Quick step. Under pressure, number 22.
That's a coup. That's my guy. Yeah, came on a blitz.
Yeah.
Came off the edge on a blitz. And Franklin had a good matchup with their back in the center of the field because when a coup came out off the edge like that, it really opened the middle.
He got there fast. Avery didn't have time to feel it.
No.
He was on him. He took a step and
And I
he was
think
wrapped
Avery
up.
wanted to get the check down to the back. They had the matchup with one-on-one with the linebacker there. But what speed they showed.
Back to punt. Little end over end wobbly punt. Lands at about the 41 and it's going to be down at the 40. 1st and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles at the Franklin 40. That was number 80, Ty Carter, on the punt.
And he helped his team because that ball was going backwards.
Yes, he did. So here come the Eagles. And Wilson checks back in. I saw last week, I was watching some film of the Middletown game. They resorted to a lot of Wildcat last week with Will Knight. But so far, Franklin, you said that they have to stop Will Knight. Other than one play, they have.
Well, sure, but Smyrna's had that good
right.
good balance because they've been able to throw the football a little bit, and they did have the deep bomb down the right sideline.
And another whistle and a flag.
It's offsides on the
Franklin.
defense.
Offside
So it must have been lined up in the neutral zone.
Kelly makes it 1st and 5. Ball on the Franklin 30-yard line.
And Wilson takes the shotgun snap, read option. He pulls it out, drops back, and just throws it into the turf.
And that was the old
Second
run.
down.
That was the old run option pass situation. Run pass option, I should say.
Ball on the Franklin 30-yard line.
Defended very nice by that Franklin defense. And if you're Smyrna right now, I mean, you're sitting fine. You're, 2nd and 5. The penalty helped you out.
Absolutely. Virtually gives you, it just makes up for that down.
Here's a Gator formation. Oh, Lordy.
Wilson, draw play.
That's a screen.
Oh, almost intercepted by number 3.
It's a screen. What they did was they
Samuel
ran
Botchway.
double screen. You ran a bubble screen to the top, the old pick play, and then down here at the bottom was the halfback screen tonight. Franklin all over that.
Yeah, number Botchway almost had that picked off. It didn't have his hands.
And it would have been 6 the other way. Smyrna lucky there.
And another. We can't get a playoff here.
No. We saw a lot of penalties last week. We attributed it to week 1.
Right.
I don't think you can attribute it to week 2. Franklin's played 2 games already.
Right.
This is on the Eagles.
And that's going to back him up 5.
Lyman downfield. So what they're saying, folks, is the ball crossed the line of scrimmage when they were trying to run that screen play to Will.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
With the penalty, makes it 3rd down 10. Ball on the Franklin 35-yard line.
And that's in the Wildcat night. And he's just going to push the pile. Keeps the feet moving. He's at about the 30-yard line. He's going to be brought down. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5. I would not be surprised if Smyrna just doesn't go for it here.
How strong
Is Will Knight, I know.
because, folks, we're talking about, D. Lyman that, 260, 275, 280. These are big young men.
Yeah, you look at he's going to Delaware next year. Hill, the running back last year, and Thomas Jefferson has the same type running style, about the same build. They're 4th and 5 in the shotgun. They're in that earthquake formation, Sean.
Yep. Well, they've run read option. There it is again.
Will Knight close to the 1st down, keeps the feet moving. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
Franklin better make sure that they continue to wrap him up because we've seen time and time again with Smyrna in that earthquake. It looks like you have Will Knight stopped and the legs keep churning, and he breaks out.
And Will Knight will throw it out of that too. They've thrown some extra points with him on that. So it's going to be a turnover on now. I guess now we're 4th and 1.
I think the down marker was wrong.
Okay, must have been. And it's Will Knight again. Stopped at the line. Keeps the feet moving.
And that's exactly, folks, what we were talking about.
He's just carrying people with him.
They had him stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he ends up with a 10-yard gain off of that.
So obviously the down marker must have been incorrect. We had 4th down the play before.
And we thought we would see a lot of this formation tonight.
1st and 10 Smyrna. Ball
1st and 10 for Smyrna at the Franklin 17-yard line. And that's a handoff to number 7, Stephen Whaley.
Whaley being a good athlete, but not as strong as you could see as Will.
2nd down 8. Ball on the Franklin 15-yard line.
Minute 2 to go here in the first quarter. It's got some updated scores. Defending Division II state champs Woodbridge. They now lead Dover 14-0 first quarter. We're back to action here on a 2nd and 8. And there he is, back to pass. Oh, broken up. Nice play by number 2, Dwayne Davis, the guy you talked about in the pregame.
I really like Dwayne Davis a lot. Great cover guy. That time from the strong safety position, he made it look like he was open.
Slazeanum leads Sussex Tech first quarter 14-7. And here's a bit of a surprise after dropping a game last week, a surprise game. Laurel leads St. Elizabeth 7-0 up in Baynard Stadium.
It's early.
It's early, yeah.
It's early, right?
That's your Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Barkley Heating and Air.
It's a big 3rd down here.
3rd and 7. Wilson back in at quarterback.
Franklin on the blitz.
And he's got Roberts in the back corner. Overthrows him. That's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 7 at the 15-yard line.
Brings up 4th down, ball on
Or
the
4th down, excuse me.
Franklin brought some pressure off the outside. That time probably made him hurry his throw a little bit sooner than he wanted to. Big 4th down here.
Fourth down, we'll call it a long 7.
35 seconds left in the first quarter. I look for Will Knight to get the ball here. Nope.
Oh, has a man open, but in and out of his hands. Turnover on downs for the Franklin Indians. Big stop for the Indians there.
Good coverage that time as well.
1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line.
Really, really good coverage that time.
So 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Smyrna Eagles lead 8-7 over the Franklin Indians.
Well, that's a big stop there because, Smyrna gets in there and scores and gets their 2-point conversion. 16-7, now you're down 2 scores.
Update on that Woodbridge Dover. 21-6, the Woodbridge Blue Raiders. Sean, they looked, they haven't skipped a beat.
Well, everybody talked about Woodbridge losing, so much on the defensive end with their front and everything. Their defense seems to be playing pretty well. Coordinator Jed Bell doing a great job. Yeah, doing it.
Here we go. First
great
and 10
job
for Franklin. Read option. Avery off to the right side. There's balls on the ground. A flag.
And a late flag.
Smyrna says they have it. That's number 28, Hunter Moyer. He was one of our dream.
Well, and we talked about Smyrna having to win the turnover batter in the X's and O's section. And here you go. This could be your first one. I think this penalty might be on Franklin.
It was thrown in the line of scrimmage area, usually, which is an offensive penalty on a.
Usually, when the entire defense is pointing the other way, they usually get it right?
Well, unless it's in the fourth quarter.
Wasn't me, Coach?
Yeah, it wasn't me. It's them. Who's that guy? Holding.
Yeah.
Decline. Smyrna football on a short field with 20 seconds to go.
And this is really tough on your defense now. We've given Smyrna the ball. If you're Franklin, you've given them the ball on such a short field. And it looks like we're going back to that earthquake, Benny.
Looks like Woodbridge throwing the ball tonight. A couple touchdown passes by Troy Haynes.
Well, they were
back to the earthquake on 1st and 10 at the
Woodbridge
18.
was throwing it last year.
Towards the end,
yeah.
Well, Haynes, he matured.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Eagles in that Wildcat, what they call it the earthquake. Pickup of about 5 on the play.
I just really like what they do up front where they pull those guards and everybody blocks down. And it really
amazing that you can pull anybody in that bunch in there.
Yeah.
So tough.
Well, and what's great is, though, it gives your guys an opportunity to create good angles.
2nd and 5, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Sean, reminds you a little bit of the old Redskins counter tray.
A little bit.
Type play.
A little bit, yeah. And those guys will they'll cheat splits when you're doing that too to the front side. So maybe Franklin can pick that up a little bit, that they're going to cheat it.
At the end of the
which
first
way they're
quarter,
going to run it.
folks, your score: Smyrna Eagles 8, Franklin Indians 7. We'll be right back after these messages.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
So we're back, 2nd down and 5, start of the second quarter. Back to the earthquake. Two
Folks,
upbacks there, Sean.
There's your guard pull.
And there's Knight off the left side. He's got a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play.
Close to a Smyrna first down.
He's one of those running backs, Sean, that moves forwards and sideways at the same time.
Yeah, his moves gain yards.
Right.
That's why
3rd
he's,
and 1 for the Eagles.
that's why he's a Division I running back.
Yeah. Well, he's Delaware bound next fall. Glad I got season tickets. And that's going to be Wilson. He's done carried inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. And a late flag.
Yeah, that could go against Smyrna.
Right, I think it is.
There was a big block
off to the left side.
Yeah, I didn't get a number.
Okay, now we are starting to see some Smyrna. That's Moyer coming off the field, so he looks like he's playing both ways on some situations. So it's something, like I said last year, Smyrna had 22 starters last year.
Right.
Now we're starting to see with some graduation, a couple guys going back both ways.
So instead of 1st and goal, now you've just given yourself a big 15-yarder.
Right. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 16 for the Eagles. Early second quarter action. Smyrna leads 8-7.
The penalty makes it 3rd down, 13. Ball on the Franklin 20-yard line.
So here you're going to spread them out. Do you try and get Will Knight the ball?
Wilson back at quarterback shotgun formation. Slot and a wing. Hand off to Knight. Knight hit at the line of scrimmage by number 40.
And it looks like the defense thought what I was thinking too.
Robert,
just a little draw.
Robert Garrett. By the way, remember I told you I scouted out the wrestlers at Frankfurt?
Yeah.
Frank Franklin? Robert Garrett, 195-pounder last year.
Brings up 4th down, 9. Ball on the Franklin 16-yard line.
Fourth and 9 for the Eagles.
Can they stop?
Oh, little option pitch. Will Knight shakes and bakes and knocked down.
Big hit.
Lose the number on that play.
Big hit.
74. I don't have a 74 on the roster.
It's tough to see
the numbers.
The numbers for Franklin, folks.
The dirty window doesn't help either.
No.
Update score from that first quarter. Right at the end of the first quarter, big Division II game, non-conference game. Delaware Military Academy leads Milford 14-7. Your Barkley out-of-town scoreboard. We'll go back to some more scores later in this quarter, folks. And now we have it 1st and 10 at their own 13 for the Franklin Indians. They trail 8-7, 10:23 to go.
That was 14-6. 14-6
in the fourth quarter, second
first
quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Up the middle, and Smyrna just snips it out. Maybe a yard on the play, if that.
The sirens are starting to get the defense ready, I guess.
Every time I do a game at Smyrna, there seems to be a fire. It's like there's an arson bug that checks our schedule.
Yeah.
Back to play with number 30, Demetrius Buckner. 2nd down 10, ball on the Franklin 13-yard line.
2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Hitch pass to number 6, Asante Kearney, and he's got enough for a first down for the Indians.
And he has so much speed. I watched him warm up. He was coasting there. He was still in first gear, folks. He's got another 3 gears he could go to.
He was one of our Dream Scouting Network players to watch. Coach Burgo's high on Kearney. 1st and 10. And that's going to be a handoff to number 3, Samuel Boxway. And picks up about 2 on the play and then gets knocked down, gained him about 4.
Botchway wanted to hit that in the C gap to the right side of the line and cut that all the way back to the other side of the field.
Brings up a 2nd and 6 for the Indians.
Folks, we got some really good running backs here to watch tonight.
Botchway was the guy that missed most of last season. And we're going to have a timeout, Smyrna, and we're going to take one with them, folks. We'll be back after this timeout.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
And we're back after that Smyrna timeout. Number 1, the quarterback, Emmett Avery. He's in the pistol formation on 2nd and 6. Oh, batted at the line by number 30, Demetrius Buckner for the Eagles.
Brings up 3rd down, ball on the...
Well, and if you're Franklin, you're thankful it wasn't picked off. From a coordinator standpoint, you're sitting at 3rd and medium. You're still open to everything in your playbook here at this point. Avery's got to get that ball up and over, though. That play's there. They just ran a little hitch route, trying to get him the ball, and hoping he can, chase it down and give you 3rd and short or get to the sticks.
That's going to bring up will be a 3rd and 6 now. Oh, we must have a penalty on the play.
And Smyrna's going to want to make it 3rd down.
Flag anywhere?
I didn't see a flag.
We had this. Remember we had this last trip here where penalties were called. We couldn't find any yellow on the field.
I think it was lineman downfield again.
All right, 3rd and 6 for Franklin. 8:59 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Avery rolls out to the left under pressure. That's a coup
Great
again.
Coverage.
And he's going to be knocked out of bounds by number 1, Debo Williams.
He has the 1st down.
First down.
But it looks like Avery's slow to get up on that sideline. He took a big hit on that sideline. Great coverage by the Smyrna secondary. There was nowhere to go with that football, and then the pressure that he received.
1st and 10 at their own 30.
But
Avery's
down hurt bad. It was a big hit on that sideline.
Folks, we're going to take a timeout while they take care of Avery. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande.
Avery up. Avery able to get up on his own power and walk to the bench. Well, you're right, Sean. He took a big hit right on the line. We were talking about how he had the 1st down. He kind of like tiptoed down the lines. He got out of bounds.
Find the sticks and you get out of bounds. Find the sticks, get out of bounds. Don't tiptoe and dance around.
So that brings up a 1st down, and they're going to go under center with this new quarterback. That's number 10, Larry Smith, a senior. I formation, and a little sweep here on the right side.
Nowhere
made by
to
number
go.
22, Aku.
Smith has played in both their games this year. He's 9 for 13 for 97 yards, Benny. So he does have some experience, and he can throw the ball a little bit.
Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13.
So it's always nice having that extra quarterback that has experience.
Now they're going to go back to the shotgun to pistol formation with their quarterback Smith. Smith, look at a screen. Oh, and out of the hands of number 20, Jackie Hilton. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. You know, and I think with Smyrna, with the athletes they have, going on their centers, maybe not a good idea with a long field.
Well, by putting yourself in shotgun, you have an opportunity
to spread them out a little bit.
And give yourself some depth as well.
3rd and 13 for the Franklin Indians. Sean, I thought we were going to come here and see a lot of offense, and the defensive battle's broken out.
It's been really interesting. You do this, I do that.
Right.
Seeing the adjustments that are being made.
Two really well-coached teams.
Again, here we see Franklin going into the shotgun again. Looks like they're in Gator formation. Smyrna's having trouble lining up.
Empty backfield. Now under pressure and sacked by number 40. Tristan Friel. I'll tell you one thing, Sean. When you call a Smyrna game, you call a lot of names.
Yeah. Every one of those kids can get after it. Smith's got to be careful if he's going to stay in this game to protect the football.
Out Smyrna, I believe.
As Smith was scrambling, the ball got away from the body. He needs to make sure he keeps that
we had a
nice
whistle.
and tucked.
Not sure what the whistle was for there.
Everybody seems to be confused. Smyrna and Franklin
Refs,
as well.
Me, you. So back to punt. I believe that's an 80. The backs of the jerseys are hard enough to read. The fronts are impossible. Franklin in punt formation. Roberts back to receive, standing inside his own 30.
Yeah, it's Ty Carter, the punter.
High punt, good spiral. Roberts catches it about his own 30. Step back, step forward, and going to get about 4 on the play. Call it 5, 1st and 10 for the Smyrna Eagles. And I'm telling you, Sean, that's a slow snap. He's taking about 3 steps to punt it. Smyrna's coming after one of those before this game's over.
Sure, I think at this point you got an 8-7 lead. You're going to keep that little trump card in the back of your pocket. As that game gets a little tighter, maybe in the 3rd or late in the 4th quarter, that's when you're going to lay that one down. The old Uno out card from way back in the day.
Wilson back in at quarterback.
Again, man-free coverage. Spy and Will Knight with the free safety. 3-man rush.
Wilson read option, hands it off to, he's wrapped up right away.
That was 35.
Yeah, number 35.
Jaden Watson coming clean.
Jaden Watson.
He's he knifed hard inside into that B gap.
25. Elijah Solomon cleaned up for him, and it's going to bring up a second.
That was
ball.
A keep. He should have kept that. There was nothing out here on the edge. That's two
I think
of
that's
those.
maturity Wilson's going to have as he gets into the conference schedule.
Yeah, I mean he had one in the first quarter like that, and he had that one there. Those are 2 huge gains that Wilson could have had.
Yeah, that was last year. Nolan Henderson was just the master of the read off option.
Yep.
Motion coming.
Offsides penalty. You got a free play.
And incomplete pass. Number 25.
I was thinking Green Bay Packers. You know, you get the free play, throw it deep.
Right. The far side of the field, I see the trainer cart pulling over there to Wilson. I'm not sure if he's going to be, or excuse me, Avery. He's going to be back.
Well, let's hope he's okay.
Yes, actually, it's junior, early in the season. Don't want to see that happen. That penalty's going to be on Smyrna. 2nd, and it's going to be procedure. Second and 17 for the
Have you noticed Robert Garrett's shoes?
Yeah. The bright yellow. I've thought it was a flag a couple times, but I keep realizing those 2 flags have a person growing out of them.
Yeah. A big person.
Mom knows who he is on the field, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
2nd and 17 for the Eagles.
Robert's a big boy, 6'2", 193. Straight man coverage this time.
Oh, Wilson's with some Fran Tarkenton moves here. And he's got a man open. That's enough for a first down to number 8, Keyshawn Tolbert. First down for the Eagles.
But here you saw Everyone go deep.
Franklin.
And number 8, Keyshawn Tolbert coming back to the quarterback. When you're playing man coverage, you got to follow your guy all over the field, whether he's going back, going deep, going wherever. You cannot stop and look at the quarterback running the football.
First and 10 at the Franklin 48-yard line for the Eagles. Trips to the right, Knight in the backfield. Wilson takes the snap, read option, hands off to he pulls it out, has a man open. That's Roberts, pitch and catch there, and he's going to have about 8 yards on the play.
So that time up the top of the screen, they walked a linebacker out. But the safety's got to go out there too, or that hitch route's going to kill you all day long. Now you've given Smyrna an opportunity at second and short. They tried to play zone to that, and you can't cover 3 with 2.
Double slots here for the Eagles. And changing the play at the line. Hand off to Knight's got some running room. First down for the Eagles.
Will Knight turn on the play for a Smyrna first down.
Tackle made by number 2, Dwayne Davis.
Taj Roberts was unblocked and just watched Will Knight go right by him.
31-yard line.
First and 10 for the Eagles. And that man open, no flag, just kind of bumped into one another. I don't think there's any reason for a flag.
If anything, there could have been offensive pass interference. Tolbert ran a good route, but once you extend those arms out to push off, a lot of times you get called for the offensive pass interference. The home crowd wasn't a defensive. Right. No, they were lucky to get away with one there.
You're right. Second and 10 for the Eagles.
Again, man-free coverage.
Backfield.
See if they run draw again. Nope.
And pass to Roberts. He's got the first down and out of bounds. First and 10 for the Eagles. 5:04 to play here in the second quarter.
Great pitch and catch.
We don't have our clock working tonight. We have our scoreboard on our broadcast is not working.
Great pitch and catch. Roberts with a great route there. Understanding where the sticks are.
First and 10, Smyrna, ball on the Franklin 20-yard line.
First and 10 for the Eagles at the 20. They're in the red zone.
You're getting one-on-one coverage here at the bottom of the screen, but why not? Oh, fumble.
Ball's on the ground.
Oh, that could be a scoop and score, folks.
Baby. Will Knight grabs from behind. That was number 9 on the fumble recovery, Jordan Dixon.
It's why you don't give up on a play, folks.
Yeah.
That's a touchdown-saving tackle right there. So here we are, 1-1 on the turnover battle.
First and 10 for the.
I think
there's a flag on the play.
I think Will wanted the ball, and quarterback wanted to pull it.
Holding
on Smyrna declined.
That's going to be a decline. First and 10 at the Smyrna 48-yard line for Franklin.
Franklin doing a good job of getting penetration this quarter.
Right.
Now they just need to start wrapping up. Benny, as a coach, I always love to go deep here.
Right.
On a transition like this.
Yeah. First and 10. Well, I always do on my college game on PS4. I got to turn over. I like to throw it to the end zone, too.
They ran draw, and I think the ball was on the ground.
On the play, recovered by Franklin.
Loss on the play. Loss of about 5 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Franklin Indians.
Second down, 14. Ball on the Franklin 48-yard line.
Way too much penetration on that draw.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you want the D-line to get up the field, I understand, but you got to usher them to the outside. You can't usher them to the inside.
Second down. Smith still at quarterback for Franklin.
4-man rush by Smyrna.
For the injury, Avon. Nice pitch and catch. Picks up about 5 on the play.
I think he dropped it.
Are we calling incomplete? Now they're marking it there. Tackle made by number 9, Jared Mullen.
That ball was on the ground late. So they give him credit for the catch.
Must have.
Good job by the Smyrna defense of understanding. Let him catch it in front of you, react up, good form tackle there.
Third and 10 for the Franklin Indians. 3:40 to go here in the second quarter.
Two deep
Low
coverage.
snaps on the ground, and he's going to have to fall on it. Smith will. Big loss on the play. It's going to bring out the punting unit. And he was kind of looking for the play and feeling for the ball all at the same time and got between his feet. Clock running 3:20 and counting here in the second quarter.
Those are the series that as a coach just drive you crazy. Just drive you crazy. Fumble on first down, fumble on third down. And we've
seen in past years where Smyrna goes after it. They go after the juggler, right when they get that last possession of the half. Ooh, number 21 was on the block. That was Caden Naylor. And the ball's going to bounce inside. It bounces back to about the 34-yard line. Folks, we're going to stay right with the action. We have a couple scores here for the Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Sussex Central up ahead halftime over Queen Anne's 21-3. So Central may have found that offense. We had them last week, and they struggled early. Delaware Military Academy leads Milford 7-4 in the second.
21-14. My wife just sent us an update.
21-13.
David Bowman with his second rushing touchdown of the night.
Laurel leads St. Elizabeth 7-2. Woodbridge over Dover 21-3 second quarter. Last report we got on Slayzam and Sussex Tech is 14-7. And no score on the Cape Suitland game. So first down for the Eagles at their own 34-yard line.
And here you go, folks. Franklin's made the adjustment. Now that safety's not playing in the box. He's over top of that second receiver.
And skips it to Brown, Roberts.
Brings up second down.
Second and 10.
And here's where Smyrna's quarterback has to understand the coverage. They had a home run ball down the right sideline.
Right.
The corner jumped the hitch route. Safety never got over top. He jumped the hitch route. And number 13, Micah Jackson was wide open. See if they don't come back to that play a little bit later.
Second and 10 for the Eagles. Trips to the right. Knight in the backfield with Wilson.
Three-man rush with Franklin.
And read option pulls it out.
Yeah, they went back to it.
I think he was trying to throw to number 8.
No. He had Will Knight right there in the area.
Right, he also had 8 cutting in.
I don't know why we saw a late flag there.
A very late flag.
You had 2 receivers within the area.
Right.
I mean, a smart play.
It can't be. It didn't make it past the line of scrimmage because it made it well past the line of scrimmage.
Lineman downfield again?
Lineman
Is that what that
downfield
was?
again.
Did I see that right?
That's the signal I saw, yeah. An eligible
They were
receiver.
throwing the ball anyway. He has a 3-yard. I didn't see anybody past 3 yards, did you?
It's got to be It's got to be the decline. Yeah, everybody was bunched up.
Along the line of scrimmage.
Right. Oh, isn't that something you see right away?
Good sportsmanship. Number 7, Jay Thompson picked up the flag and handed it to him. Said, "Here you go, sir. Thank you for that penalty."
Second.
Makes it second down again?
Or third and 10.
Did they decline it?
Yeah, they declined it.
So it should be third down. They just fixed the sticks, folks.
Third and 10. Trips to the right. Knight in the backfield.
Safety getting deep now. Again, if you're Franklin, understand where the sticks are. Keep everything in front and react up to it. Here's a late blitz.
Oh, we got to get a penalty on that.
Yeah.
Number 11.
Yeah.
Jordan Wilson, Josh Wilson had them all wrapped up.
It was just a great route.
I think
Wilson had nowhere. I mean,
I think he tried to get his hands up, and he ends up hugging him.
I mean, that was tight man coverage, I would say.
Yeah, it was good.
Tight man coverage.
That there, he was kind of looking at the ref. I was trying to get my hands up. Not a whole lot he could do.
Coach, I had him covered.
Yeah, he wasn't catching it.
Coach, he wasn't.
That's going to be a first down for the Eagles. 2:30 to play here in the first half.
So the penalty makes it first and 10. Smyrna, ball on their own 49-yard line.
Smyrna with the slot receiver. Oh, there they go. They rotate to it.
Now we got double slots. Wilson in the backfield with Knight to his right. Rolls out. And it's got a man down the sideline. That's going to be thrown out of bounds to number 13, Mackay Jackson.
He tried to
Second and 10.
he tried to throw the back shoulder throw that time, and I think he placed it actually in a really good spot because if it goes any deeper, safety over the top was going to pick that off, and it was really good coverage at the top of the screen. .223 left in the half, Benny, and I'm really enjoying the strategy that's going on.
Yeah, I'll get back to it after this play. Something I've noticed here. Second and 10, pulls it out. Wilson's got roll, pull down from behind.
That was a death grip
Number
tackle.
25,
Isaiah Wilson.
Elijah Solomon.
Solomon.
Kind of like a chess match here, Sean. But both
Yeah.
teams very knowledgeable in defense.
Brings up third
Yeah,
and
we
6
expected to
ball
see an offensive type
I'm
game.
just watching the communication on the two defenses, and
Yeah.
both these teams understand how to play football.
Mm-hmm.
Third and call it 6 on the play, 4 yards on the play. Wilson rolls to the right.
Uh-oh.
He
The
pumps
safety
it
got
and
caught
then throws
looking
it
in the
late and it's
backfield.
out of bounds.
Ooh. Franklin got away with another one.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 6.
As soon as the quarterback got to the edge, that free safety again stopped his feet.
Right.
46-yard line.
Minute 45 to go in the half. 4th and 6.
So ever since Franklin got caught, with that hitch route early on in this quarter, they've really made some good adjustments.
With that
Run the football,
and they got away from it here the last 2 series. Franklin just has the athletes to match up with them and then spread offense.
Right.
Here
There's
comes a draw.
There's a screen.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they snip it out. Caught by number 7, Stephen Whaley. That's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 for the Franklin Indians at their own 47-yard line. Minute 37 to go.
And sometimes as a coordinator, you feel comfortable with who you are. So you're trying some different things. It's early in the season, some things that you may need later on down the road. I think Smyrna feels real comfortable that they can run Will Knight.
Right.
And they also feel comfortable that he's going to rip a couple.
Right.
I think Franklin right now has to answer here and try and get a score, whether it's a field goal, touchdown,
Look at this
right
Franklin
before
team.
half.
They're huge offensive line.
They are. They're big. And like I said earlier in the first quarter, good feet.
Smyrna doesn't play a traditional big down line. They put their athletes on the line. It's going to be an interesting matchup as this game wears on. There's going to be a batted by number 45, Desmond Wilson.
So Franklin that time.
To see if Franklin can wear them down late.
Well,
in the game.
that goes into what you were talking about. Franklin trying to run a rocket screen and having their linemen pull out there to block the secondary. The problem is when you're leaving DNs and linebackers that are athletic as Smyrna's are, they got ups. They can get up and bat the ball down, and that's what you saw right there.
Smith rolls out, has a man open.
Get out of
He's going to
bounds.
have the first down, goes out of bounds. Tackle by number 9, Jared Mullen. We had number 25 on the catch, Elijah Solomon.
So here their adjustment was to roll that pocket. We saw the last series, Smyrna really getting up the field on them. So the adjustment was to roll the pocket a little bit. That gave him time to get the ball out.
1st and 10 for Franklin inside the Smyrna 40, call it the 37-yard line. And they're playing with their backup quarterback, Larry Smith, number 10.
But when you've thrown the ball in 13 games,
Right.
You got experience. There he is.
Down
He's
the
open.
field. He's got a man
He's
open.
He's open.
Knocked
Touchdown.
away by number
Touchdown.
20. Oh, no, he caught it.
Touchdown. Yes,
Wow,
sir.
number 3.
Yes, sir. Folks, that's a backup quarterback?
Right.
Come on. That's
number
a heck
3
of
on
a
the
throw.
catch, Sam Botchway.
Hey, that's great coverage. Nothing you can do about that. That's a heck of an effort.
I thought he got in there and knocked it down. He got
No,
the hand in there.
I saw it. It was clear.
Wow.
Easy
Nice
catch.
play, nice catch. Botchway, one of Coach Burgos' players to watch when I talked to him this week.
And now you're
13-8.
Franklin. This is a big extra point.
Good snap. Holds down. Up. Right down the middle. It's good. Over the net. Over the concession stand. With a minute 16 to go here in the half. Franklin Indians lead 14-8 over Smyrna. And folks, we'll be right back.
Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware. Open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware. Open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from...
And we're back, folks. 14-8. Franklin Indians lead the Smyrna Eagles here in Smyrna. Minute 16 to go to the half.
That was a great throw by Smith.
It was. That's your backup quarterback. And Botchway lays out and catches it through the defender. And it's going to be taken by number 9. That's Mullen.
Uh-oh.
He's got some running room, and he's going to be tackled down about the 34-yard line. First and 10 for the Eagles. Minute 9 to go. Sean, something we haven't been able to say very often the past couple of years. 4 o'clock game today, 4 o'clock kickoff. The Seaford Blue Jays are 1-0 on the season. They beat First State Military Academy 34-0.
Congratulations.
Second varsity game for First State Military Academy. That's the first time Seaford started 1-0 in probably about 5-6 years.
Congratulations to the Blue Jays.
And everybody's been talking, who's St. Mark's? How good St. Mark's? Well, Caraval leads them 20-0 second quarter for an upstate game there, folks. Division II game.
One of my former players is the D coordinator at Caraval. It's good to see that they're pitching a shutout.
So here come the Eagles. They're going to go back to that spread. First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
So now Franklin's going to a 5-2 look up front.
Read option.
Pass incomplete.
And
Brings up
incomplete
second down
pass. And Wilson's down on one knee.
And he took a late hit.
And timeout, injury timeout for Smyrna. Wilson, a little trouble shaking the cobwebs here.
And the Smyrna fans calling for the quake.
Right. Well, you're going to definitely probably see the Wildcat now for the rest of this half as Wilson goes back down. So, folks, we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out.
And welcome back. One more scorer. Suitland out of Prince George's County in Maryland. They lead Cape and Lopin down at the beach tonight, 14-0.
You getting all these scores. You're a popular guy tonight.
One person sending them to me, brother. The Lone Ranger doesn't want anybody to know who it is. It's my secret score admirer. There we go. 2nd and 10.
Is she back in the
comes
Lewis
shotgun
studios?
For the Wildcat with now Knight is the lone back. And breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle. He's going to be down about the 40-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and 4.
So the idea there was to spread them all out.
Right.
And run Knight up the middle.
4, ball on the Smyrna 40-yard line.
3rd and 4, under 40 seconds to go and counting. Wilson back in the game. And we're going to have a timeout. And they never pointed a direction.
No.
Timeout Franklin.
Timeout for Franklin.
There
Folks, we'll take one with them. We'll be right back.
Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
Welcome back to Smyrna, Delaware, folks. Your Henley Open Conference Friday night game of the week. The home team, Smyrna Eagles, playing host to the Franklin Indians. Franklin leads 14-8 with 25 seconds.
I think we're having
in the half, but I think we have a score issue problem.
Yeah, scoreboard issue.
And as Sean, look
That's
across,
a good
we have a Smyrna
timeout.
player and a Franklin player on the golf cart headed out of the stadium. I guess they only have one cart. I don't know who the Smyrna player is.
I think there's going to be 33 seconds put back on the.
I said 33 seconds to
till
go
halftime
here in the half. 3rd and 4. Our broadcast, like all our broadcasts this year, Sean, brought to you by Sodell Concepts. 10 restaurants and a food truck on the culinary coast.
Franklin going to a 2 deep shell here.
There we go. 33 seconds on the clock, Sean. So I got the time right. 33 seconds to go here in the half. Coming up at halftime, Shannon Riley of Dream Scouting Network will join us.
If you're Franklin, you want to get pressure, but you don't want to go running by Will Knight.
Wilson drops back, looks out to Knight, overthrows him. It's going to bring up a 4th and 4 with 28 seconds. 4th down. And on comes the punt team. Really surprised Smyrna got away from that run game. They really moved the ball. Even when they didn't score, they moved the ball down the field, and then they've backed off the run game and gone to this pass game.
Well, we talked about in the X's and O's about being one-dimensional, and so
right.
you have to work on this stuff, and I get it. Until that big play,
right.
I mean, they were winning the football game. So, at this point in the game, you're going to see them try and throw the football, Benny.
Right.
I think in the second half, coming out of the locker room, you're going to see a lot more of.
Will Knight.
Yeah.
Snap drop, late rush, end of run kick.
Good punt.
And nice bounce. It's going to roll down inside the 10.
Oh.
And he didn't want to get that to the end zone. Number 50, SB Hart picks it up. That thing was rolling too fast for him. So 19.1 to play here in the half. And wow, after that last touchdown pass, does Franklin take a shot?
No, and I learned that years ago because I got greedy one time and gave up a pick 6. I think if you're Franklin, you just run the football and you go in the locker room. You're on the road, deep on the road, against a 2-time defending state champion. I think you go in 14-8 and you're happy with your ball club.
Right.
I end up losing that game because of that pick 6. So you're never going to hear me say that anymore, especially when you're winning, brother.
Watched a Division II game years ago where Indian River tried to throw one on Laurel, got picked off and run back for a touchdown, changed the whole
course of the game. And then that's what happened, too. We were dominating the whole first half, threw a pick 6, lost momentum, lost the game.
So Smith going to go under center and take a knee and run out the clock.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back with the Shannon Riley of the Dream Scouting Network and the Smyrna High School Band. Folks, we'll be right back.
Solo Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants from Lewis all the way down to Fenwick. We have a catering company, a food truck, a soda company, a film company, and a management and a consulting company. We believe in beautiful, simple food. We like to develop the people we work with, and at the same time, we have a little bit of a higher mission, and we're trying to make the world a better place. And we have a group of people that every day wake up and they get after it, and they're all focused on one thing, and they're trying to make a great company, and we're trying to make the culinary coast a really.
Back here, we're live in the press box, and with me from the Dream Scouting Network, Shannon Riley. And Shannon, first of all, tell us a little about what the Dream Scouting Network is.
Well, I started the Dream Scouting Network for Delaware athletes that are underlooked, in the recruiting process. A lot of time, colleges, looking to Maryland or looking to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and they don't look at Delaware. So what I wanted to do is have a platform to push Delaware athletes to the college level. So I create a profile for them. I create highlight films for them, and I just have a directory of every recruiting coordinator in the country. So I send the information out to them constantly just to help with the exposure.
Right. And a little bit background on Shannon. Last year, you took Glasgow to their first Flight Beat Championship in, 10, 15, 20 years?
Yeah, it was a long time.
It's been a long time because St. George's and Hodgson has had the stranglehold on that thing for a while. Also, a Glasgow graduate.
Yes, I am.
And played at Villanova, played with a good friend of mine, Deion Jackson from Sussex Central. I coached Deion in Little League, and matter of fact, I was with him a couple of winters ago, and he told me to make sure, hey, when you see Shannon, tell him I said hello. And he always talks about that last Villanova-Delaware game, where you guys, the two of you, had a heck of a game and shut them out. So talk about some of the guys that you're here tonight that you represent.
Well, I have two guys from Smyrna High School. That's why I'm here. I have Jeremy DeGar, who's a cornerback, getting a lot of interest right now. He's a great player, shutting down the pass. And then I have a middle linebacker, Dyron Aku. He's a great player. Yes. He can rush the passer. He's solid in the run game. Both those guys are great players and great guys off the field.
Coming into this game, when the schedule came out this year, I saw this Franklin Smyrna. I knew Smyrna was having a lot of trouble getting games. So if they were going to pick somebody up, they were going to be good.
Yes.
And so I looked into Franklin. I thought, I was like, wow, lost to Damascus 14-12 in the state finals. And Damascus, who blew out Oakdale, who blew out Cape. I thought, man, this is a game I want to do. And you've been sitting here tonight, and the backup quarterback comes in and tosses a 46-yard bomb.
Yeah, you can tell they're a talented team. They have skill guys at the receiver positions. The cover guys are very good. It's a great challenge for Smyrna. And early in the season, they're trying to work some things out. So it's going to be tough for them to establish some things here in the second half going against a quality team. But they've been through this before. I think that they can put it together second half. And
so you're here looking at representing two defensive backs, and they got burned on. Smyrna gets burned on the touchdown. If you're the coach in the locker room, what are you saying to your two guys?
And I tell them, you guys are pass first. You might see play action or quarterback starting to scramble, but as a defensive back, you always had to stay back. So just make your reads, read your keys, stay deep, and then when it's declared run, come up, but pass first.
And while we're here, let's talk about this kid, Will Knight, going to the University of Delaware next year. And I mean, you've seen him coming up in the high school ranks past couple years. What do you think of that kid?
He's amazing. He's amazing. I thought he'll have many offers right now. Delaware's a great school, and he's going to go there and do great things. I'm just surprised that a lot of the major FBS schools aren't in.
Right.
But he has a great fit. He's going to be home.
He reminds me of the Delaware running back. Thomas Jefferson has the same running style.
Yeah, same running style. Yes, I watched him versus Delaware State, and I was impressed with the running back. So they established the run game. He's going to fit right in there, and he's a great talent. He's one of the best I've seen.
Quarterback here for Smyrna was your guy last year. Went to Glasgow, Isaiah Wilson, and had a little bit of a rough start. He's had some bright moments in this game, and I was saying in the pregame that the Smyrna fans are used to seeing Nolan Henderson, who the thing with Nolan was he grew up in Mike Judy's program. He was here for 4 years under Mike Judy.
Yes.
This is all new to Isaiah, but and I said in the pregame, Isaiah doesn't need to be Nolan Henderson. He just needs to be Isaiah Wilson.
Yeah, I think he just needs to relax. Isaiah, he's a good quarterback. He can read the field. He can make all the throws, but I think the pressure of replacing a legend gets on him a little bit. He just needs to settle down and do the things that he does right. He can run the football.
The Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yes, and that's a lot of pressure. Trying to win 3 in a row coming in. We ran a similar system, quick passes, so he's used to what they're doing, but terminology and some other things are different. So he just has to settle.
I was coming into this game, and maybe you do the same thing, thinking, man, this is going to be a shootout. And a defensive battle broke out.
Yeah, I had the game in the 30s, when I did a prediction. So
I think anything can happen here coming out in this
that's true.
half.
That's true. Everybody's going to make adjustments.
I think we're going to see a whole lot more Will Knight in the second half.
Yes, they had to establish him. He's their heart and soul.
So look at Division I. Obviously, Middletown beats Smyrna. I think they're going to play each other again down the road. Is Middletown the class of Division I or just the class right now?
I think Middletown is the class. I had them in my preseason number 1. Right. I had Smyrna 2, and then Sally's and Penn. I think those 4 right there are the class. It's going to come down to one of those 4. But I think Middletown, just returning Fry and Whitehead, those two set them apart from the other teams.
Now I want you to pretend you're driving over the bridge into the southern part of Delaware. How about this Sussex Central team? They're up 21-3 right now over a tough Queen Anne's. They beat Hodgson, and watching that game, I kind of felt like Central was trying to find their identity with a lot of new players.
Yeah, I think that they're a strong team. I know they almost beat Smyrna last year, so they're building on that. They're going to be, contender in the Henlopen North. And I think that if they catch a rhythm, they can possibly win it and then make some noise into the playoffs.
And Division II, right now, I have to say Woodbridge still the team, winning their first ever football state title last year. They're up on Dover going into halftime, 21-20. Dover is just extremely athletic, and Woodbridge is, they're going to get in a shootout with them, it looks like.
Yeah, Woodbridge, they lost some key guys, but they return enough. Quarterback and Kane at fullback. I think that they do have enough to, compete for a championship. Dover is a quality team, like you said. They have size, speed every year, so that's going to be a challenge. Even if Dover happens to win that one, it doesn't set them back. They're playing a Division I school, so as long as they handle business in Henlopen South, they'll be okay.
I, too, was at the Delaware-Del State game. A lot of Delaware athletes on the field that night.
Yes.
That's so good for the state of Delaware. Even though it's earning state teams, you're not used to going to a Delaware-Del State game and seeing 30, 40 Delaware kids out there.
Yeah, and that's what the schools need. We need to have more pride going to our schools. And a lot of people say, I want to go major school and get out of town. But, a lot of people have pride playing for their in-state schools. So, in the future, see more kids go to Delaware and Delaware State. And even Wesley, it's great for the
and Wesley, great Division III program right here in the state of Delaware. Folks, Shannon Riley with the Dream Scouting Network.
Yes, sir.
They can find you on the web. I know you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Instagram.
Look him up, Shannon Riley, the former coach at Glasgow. He got his flight beat title last year. Hey, what a shake-up Division II was last year. What do you think about getting away from the points and letting a committee seed that tournament? Because you guys get a tough first-round draw as the number 2 seed and fall to Caravel. They fall to Woodbridge. And then you have a 4 against one in the finals last year.
Yeah, I think the system is working now, but I think if you have some people that really have eyes that have been watching it rather than just a point system, you could use points to say, okay, who are the 8 teams
Who are the 8 teams get in, yeah.
But then have placement based on human beings.
Well, and if you look in Delaware, only one sport is seeded by humans, and that's wrestling.
Yes.
And only 2 times has anybody below a second seed won a state title, and that was in the same year, 2011.
Yeah, so someone's doing something right.
Yeah, so the committee knows.
Yep.
Folks, Shannon Riley, Dream Sports Network, he's our new partner here. He sponsors our Player to Watch here on the Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week. Shannon, pleasure to have you on board with 302 Sports Network and a great relationship with Dream Scouting Network.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, folks, we'll be right back with the second half. folks, I'm Benny Mitchell with me, Sean Brennan. We're here at Smyrna High School, 14-8. Nice hearing from Shannon Riley, former Delaware coach.
That was a great interview.
Villanova
you did
player.
a good job. You should be proud of yourself.
Yeah, he's trying to find ways to get our Delaware guys recognized and in the college. So let's go over some of the stats here, Sean. Total yards, Franklin 189, Smyrna 156. Passing yards, Franklin 151, and 38 yards rushing, 1 turnover. Smyrna a little more balanced, 79 passing, 77 rushing. Big gainer on the day is Kearney. He has 2 catches for 89 yards and a touchdown. Will Knight, 14 carries, 46 yards. This is the guy that gained 317 last week.
Yeah.
Emmett Avey was 3 for 6 with 100 yards. He's left on the trainer's cart.
Right.
He's done for the night, but Smith comes in and throws a touchdown. And Isaiah Wilson, he's 5 for 20, 79. He's quietly having a good, decent passing game.
He really is. You know, we talked about Kearney there in your stats. You know, I talked about in the pregame, Kearney led the team with 4 receptions. They do a great job of spreading it out to different receivers and everything, but Kearney's stepping it up tonight and having a good game from his wide receiver position. Again, I know you're really impressed with Larry Smith. I told all our viewers before the game, Larry Smith can play if he gets an opportunity, and there you go. He throws a big touchdown pass right before the halftime.
We're having a tough time because at the end of the game, we got to pick a Louis Pizza player of the game, and right now there's a whole heck of a lot of candidates.
Well, there's a whole heck of a lot of
football left to play too.
Absolutely, and Louis.
Let's get back to your
love Louis.
Let's get back to your keys to the game, your X's and O's, and is Smyrna doing what you said they needed to do?
Well, we talked about number 1, they had to find balance on offense. They've tried, but to me, I think we're going to see a whole lot of Will Knight in the second half. Win the turnover battle, it's even 1-1. Get off the field on third down. They've done a pretty good job of that, Benny, of getting off on third down. For Franklin, we said find a way to stop Will Knight. Will Knight had 46 yards in the first half, but Smyrna kind of got away from that in the second quarter. In running him, I look to see him to get going a little bit in the second half. The big one was prevent the big play. We wanted to see Franklin give up no plays under 20 yards. They've done that so far. They've done a really good job with that. Scored touchdowns in the red zone. Well, they were only in the red zone one time. Right. Did get a touchdown. Folks, this is an evenly matched game at this point. Whoever makes the adjustments coming out in the second half going to have a severe advantage. And we know that Franklin gets the ball to start the second half.
Quick Barkley heating in there. Update. Darn you, Eston Ennis. I picked you last week, and you lose late, the Laurel Bulldogs. This week, I say they don't have a chance against CDs. They're up 14-2 at halftime.
Yeah,
so we have Laurel next week with Washington. So,
yep, big game, big game.
Eston Ennis, you talked earlier about the defensive coordinator, Jed Bell.
Yeah,
at Woodbridge.
At Woodbridge.
He replaced Eston Ennis, who left Woodbridge as defensive coordinator and went
to become head coach at Laurel.
So, folks, we'll be right back after this minute with the second half. Right now, first half score: Franklin 14, Smyrna 8.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's, overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out.
And welcome back to Smyrna, folks. Benny Mitchell here with Sean Brennan. On the camera, Trey Mitchell. And our stat man, quick with his halftime stats tonight, Dave Marvel. And
while we watch Smyrna, they're stretching coming out of the tunnel. I want to give a big shout out to Coach Shannon Timmons, head softball coach at Cape Henlopen High School, trying to rebuild a program down there. She's an old Smyrna girl.
All right.
Teacher, faculty member here years ago, now down at Cape Henlopen. Shannon watching us on 302 Sports here. And
along with 99 other people we found out.
Absolutely.
Live views tonight.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Please get your friends, too.
Again, welcome to the people from Reisterstown, Baltimore County.
Yep.
You tuned into a good one. Your Indians are winning 14-8 right now.
But thanks again, Coach Timmons. Benny, you got to go 3 and out here. Got to go 3 and out. Get the ball to your guy and just pound it at this point. No more dinking and dunking. No more trying to throw the football. I think we know who they are, right, Smyrna?
Yeah, we're going to. Folks, Franklin fans watching, I think you're going to see a whole lot of Will Knight and why he's a 2-time All-Stater. We'll see if he can get it rolling. Last week he broke off 3 long touchdown runs.
Okay, for Franklin, number 3.
They got him back in the game. Those runs got him back in the game, too. So.
Kicking off for Smyrna. Number 60.
But, I mean, it's pretty evenly matched. You look at it, 8 first downs for Smyrna, 6 first downs for Franklin. Smyrna did have the ball, 1 extra possession.
Here we go, Buscemi in to kick it off.
And they've been known to onside kick, too.
Yes. Oh, there it is. They're going to be recovered. Nice recovery there by number 26. So, obviously, they watched some last year game film, and Ahmed Mosley saw it, was ready for it.
He did. He started to initially bail to get into his blocking, but he got drilled with the football. He had no – I guess Coach Timmons could use that because he did a good job of fielding it ground up. There's no doubt.
And that's going to give Franklin the ball at midfield.
And that's the danger.
Of the attempted onside
But,
kick.
you know, Smyrna's lived with that. That's who they are.
Right.
And it's who they've been. And a lot of coaches today are going to that because you look at the percentages of actually recovering the onside kick goes in your favor.
High snap. And handoff, I believe that's number 20, Jackie Hilton.
Good swarm by that defense. They got upfield, got 1 yard deep, and then reacted to the football.
That was number 9 on the carry, Jordan Dixon.
Franklin coming out running draw. How about that?
Well, I think part of that may have been the high snap.
Could have been.
I had to dip it off as he came down.
Kind of mess up your mesh point and stuff, I guess,
yeah,
right?
a little bit. Second and called a long 9.
Doubles. 2 deep shell for Smyrna.
Smith under pressure, has to run. Oh, nice form tackle by Aku.
Lost his helmet. We talked about Aku in the pregame, 9 tackles last week against Middletown. He can lay the wood, too. We've watched him have some big hits over the past couple
and
years.
Shannon Riley said that's one of the guys he's here getting some film on and representing under the Dream Scouting Network.
Well, as an old ball coach, I like that hit.
Right.
Like that hit.
3rd and 7 for the Indians.
Doubles again,
We're
2
at the
deep
Smyrna
shell in the
47.
secondary.
A draw. That's the 20. Hilton,
He can run.
He's got some running room. He's down the sideline. The ball's on the ground.
I think
Smyrna
that was
football.
Wow.
That may have been a get out of bounds situation there, Sean.
That's a big mistake by Franklin. Instead of 1st and goal, now you've given Smyrna the football. And absolutely, Benny, you have to get out of bounds there.
4-yard line.
Protect the football. Protect the football.
And it wasn't that first big hit we saw. It was the second hit when he got stood up.
Yep.
And it may have been a strip.
Which is
hard to see
what you coach on the defensive end. One guy, stand him up. Next guy comes in and rips it out.
Big break for the Eagles. They take over 1st and 10 on their own 3-yard line.
Again, the free safety number 2 for Franklin. He's spying on Will Knight.
And we're going to have an offsides.
The official tried to hit somebody in the head with that flag.
That was a heck of a throw on that flag.
I'll tell you what. They look like Looked
Like
like
he
when
was
they were
angry.
looked like Smyrna when they were throwing the ball away.
Right.
He was a little upset by that.
Almost like he was offended by the offsides, huh?
Yes, like how dare you? Don't you know we want to play football? Don't jump off
Sorry,
side.
sir. First and 5 for the Eagles. That gets them out of the shadow of their end zone.
3-man rush for Franklin.
And here comes that read option. As Will Knight, maybe a yard, maybe not on the play.
Maybe I'm too old school, but again, you're running read option. That is a keep all the way. The right defensive end for Franklin came knifing in B-gap. He was all over that play. You got to pull that and get to the edge. Earthquake.
And they have him back in the backfield. So, we talked about finding the answer.
Well, you know what happens?
So
That was really successful for Smyrna early. But Franklin now's had an opportunity to look at it, see it. You watch it on film, it's one thing, but when you have to play against it, it's another. So now they've had all that experience. They've been able to make some adjustments, and that time those adjustments worked out really well.
3rd and 9.
Again, earthquake again.
And Knight keeps it and just maybe pushes ahead for about 3 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th and call it 6. And
now you're punting deep. Again, that's a great job by the Franklin defense there. Not enabling Smyrna to get a big, long drive going, getting off on 3rd down.
On the punt.
Benny, do you try and block one here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's a Smyrna player getting on the field late. That's their gunner. Get that guy out there.
He's important.
Not a time to roll the punt or the snap back. There's a nice punt, though. Nice recovery.
They've had some low punts. He's trying to get to the wall.
He's got to it. And they break the wall, and it's going to be down about the 40. He caught that in traffic.
That's a really good return. Really good return. Botchway having a nice game.
Yeah, she is.
He really is. A lot of times you'll see guys try and fair catch that. Botchway showing a little guts there.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, I'm going to catch it and I'm going to take a hit, but
I'm going to play.
I'm here to play. I didn't ride the bus this far
That's
not
right.
to play.
A 2-hour ride, man. So 1st and 10 for the Indians. Oh, big hit up the middle. And by that big hit was delivered by the running back.
Yeah. A lot of times you'll see a running back run behind his pads and deliver a blow. Solomon used all of his body there. That wasn't a forearm shiver. That was head to the soles of his feet delivering a blow. Hard running.
There was still 14-8 here. Franklin leads with the ball, 2nd and 6.
If you're a Franklin fan, that'll get you excited.
Yeah. Low snap, he's able to handle it, steps up. And he's got running room on the outside. He's going to get out of bounds. 1st down for the Indians.
Well, excellent job that time by Larry Smith. Realizing he had man coverage. When you see man coverage, their backs are to you. So once you get flushed out of that pocket, he had a lot of green grass to run to that sideline. And understanding where the sticks were, notice the difference. He didn't dance on the sidelines. He got out of bounds. He did not want to take a big hit on the sidelines. Really good job by Larry Smith that time.
1st and 10 at the Smyrna 25-yard line.
Yeah, you're getting one-on-one coverage at the top.
Read option, he pulls it out. And gain of about 2 on the play.
Aku's got to be careful there. He came flying in late, trying to give a big shoulder hit. These officials aren't going to put up with that.
Right, it's going to bring a 2nd and 8. Both teams going no huddle here tonight, Sean. It's hard to keep notes in the press box. Can't look away. Pistol formation for the Indians.
Coach Marvel trying to do the stats is his pencil's a nub.
Got it down the
Good
middle.
ball. No, good ball. Great
Overthrown.
coverage.
Yep.
I mean, he might have had a throw at the top of the screen because the corner gave up his inside position. But initially, when he was letting that ball go, there was great coverage by that Smyrna defense. Just throw it away.
3rd and 8.
And Franklin with a kicker. We watched him on his extra point kick it over the concession stand. You feel like you're in field goal range right about here. So no turnovers.
Right. Pistol formation. 3rd and 8. Throws out to the little
That's
screen,
the rocket
bubble
screen.
screen.
They've tried that rocket screen all night. Made famous by Lou Holtz. Made famous by Lou Holtz in the 80s.
Right.
You don't see that one blocked that way very much anymore where the tackles are pulling out.
Right. 1st and 10.
That's the
First
first
and
time
goal.
that's been successful all night for
Right.
Franklin,
1st and
too.
goal for Franklin at the 10-yard line.
His trips over here. Smyrna walking over to coverage that time.
And Smith rolls out. The flag.
Yeah, that's going to be a hold.
Or receiver downfield. That's caught in the end zone for a touchdown, but we
No,
have a flag
that's
on the
coming
flag.
back. That's coming back.
Usually when it's thrown by the white hat, it is a hold.
Yeah, Botchway was having a great night, though. That time there, he did a little grabbing.
And there's the hold.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 20.
Yeah.
At least the 20. That's a spot foul, correct?
Yes.
So it's going to be 25 because the hold was at the 15. So now you're playing those college overtime mindset right now. First and goal for the 20, or first,
Yeah.
not even a 1st and 10.
Right.
25-yard line.
Got 4 downs to score.
4 downs, good 25 yards.
You can do it.
Pistol formation. Big splits on the line there, Sean. They're spread.
Watch
running
draw.
out.
There it is.
Draw. Wrapped up in the backfield
Yeah.
by
A host of Smyrna
Hunter Moyer
defenders.
was the first guy on the scene.
My man Aku was there. Like everybody was there. But again, great coaching by the Smyrna defense. They sniffed that out just by the alignment of the offensive line. Big splits by your wide receivers, trying to create some rushing lanes.
Second and goal from the 34-yard line. Looking to throw, catch.
Good effort.
Number 3 on the tackle. That's Larson Wilson. Catch made by number 4, KJ Lewis.
Completed number 4, Keyshawn Lewis.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 21.
3rd goal ball on the Smyrna 21-yard line.
Lewis doing a great job of second effort, actually, trying to gain as many yards as he can.
Well, yeah, probably, their kicker has been true on 2 extra points, and they've been deep. He kicked one out in the parking lot.
Yeah, deep. Again,
3rd and goal from the 21.
If you're Franklin, though, you got to protect the football.
Excellent point there.
2 deep shell here.
They were down there inside the 5 and fumbled once already. Got to be looking
No.
for a man wide open down the right side. That's going to be overthrown. It's going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 21.
4th down, goal ball on the Smyrna 21-yard line.
And here comes maybe the kicking team here.
Free safety.
Yep, number 85.
Caden Naylor from his safety position. He's getting over there really late.
On the kick, number 85, Jake Herman, senior, 5'8", 145.
Franklin has seen that. That was the pass that they went to where they scored the touchdown right before the half.
Right.
Naylor's he just kind of gives up on the route.
So he's on to attempt a 37-yard field goal, 38-yard field goal. He's got it up, and it's going to be short and wide to the right.
So you can kick it in the parking lot on a PAT.
Right.
Fall a little short. That's a great job by the Smyrna defense.
So here, folks, we'll be right back. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be right back with the rest of the 3rd quarter.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials.
And, folks, we're back. And right back, spread them out, double slots. Smyrna's second possession of the second half here. Wilson takes the snap, short drop, throws out to Knight on the wing. Knight just nowhere to go. Number 15, Tajay Roberts on the tackle.
Franklin defense doing a really good job of reacting up to it.
Second down.
You know, they struggled early
11, ball on the
tackling Will Knight, but they've done a better job as the game has gone on. They've gotten in a better flow, I should say.
2nd and 11. And there's Will Knight up the middle. Breaks a tackle, breaks a second tackle. And hit goes down about the 26-yard line.
He's such an exciting runner. You just think he's going to break one at any moment.
Well, he broke almost three tackles right there.
Yeah.
Ball on the Smyrna 26-yard line.
But again, Franklin understanding where the sticks are, reacting up to it, gang tackling that time. It's a big down.
And we're going to have a procedure. 3rd and 4, get a procedure. And this is a very uncharacteristic for Smyrna.
Now you're instead of 3rd and short, you're in 3rd and long.
Full start penalty against Smyrna. Makes it 3rd down 9. Ball on
3rd and 9 for the Eagles.
Smyrna.
4:05 to play here in the third quarter. Franklin leads 14-8.
So far this series, they've been trying to get the ball to Will Knight in various different ways.
Yeah.
You know.
Slant pass. Ooh, dangerous one up in the air, but falls harmlessly on the turf. It's going to bring up a 4th and 9.
Dwayne Davis was getting mighty close to that, though.
I tell you, this is more punts I've seen from Smyrna tonight than I had all the last 2 years.
Yeah. The longest time I can remember.
Yeah. 4th and 9 for the Eagles. 3:50 to go here in the third quarter. They trail 14-8. Quiet crowd here tonight.
Yeah, usually
crowd out of the game.
Well, and usually that's one of my things that I talk about, taking a crowd out. Another
high
not
snap.
a great snap.
Gonna get it off. This kid's hitting some boomers, getting them high in the air. Nice.
He's
Smart
getting
bounce.
rolls.
And goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
So
Goes out of bounds on the Franklin.
let me ask you a question, because I saw something pretty ironic there. I know you normally go to a commercial, but number 21, Caden Naylor, running up, hits the Franklin kid in the back.
He's trying to going after the bouncing ball. Yeah.
Right. How about that for shielding him? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the kid from Franklin shields him, so he can't, and you get the extra yardage.
Well, did get the extra yardage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? He didn't block him.
Right.
He just stood there. Made Naylor go through him.
1st and 10 for Franklin at their own 39-yard line.
3:38 left in the third quarter, too.
When was the last time Smyrna was held to a touchdown? Have to go back 3 or 4 years.
I talked in the pregame about him hanging half hundreds all the time and things.
Roll out with Smith, late blitz.
He's got him open.
Has a man
he has him open. Oh,
just
no.
got turned around a little bit going downfield. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Well, Lewis threw it to the right spot. Smith threw it to the right spot.
All right, Barkley heating the air. Out-of-town scoreboard. DMA leading Milford 21-14. Close one in Camden. St. George's 14. Cesar Rodney 13. Laurel now up 20-8 over St. Elizabeth. That's a surprise there. Woodbridge leads Dover 27-20. Here's an interesting one. Slasianum 21, Sussex Tech 10. 2nd and 10. Pistol formation draw play to number 9. Jordan Dixon, and he's got enough for the first down for Franklin.
And Smyrna better be careful. That's the second time they've ripped that draw play. The first time, he should have got out of bounds and been 1st and goal. Here, you've moved the sticks. That's telling you that this Smyrna team now starting to get a little aggressive on defense and just flying up the field. It's okay to get deep in the backfield, but you want to get 1-2 yards deep and settle down. You can't be running by running backs.
1st and 10 at the 50 for the Franklin Indians. Hit at the line of scrimmage, keeps the legs moving. That's number 9, Dixon again. Tackle made by number 40, Tristan Friel.
Well, you're holding a 14-8 lead. That's a good gain on first down.
Right.
Good, 3 yards. Clock's ticking.
2nd and 7.
And this, I haven't heard a Smyrna crowd this quiet in a long,
this crowd's
long time.
been taken out of the game.
Long time. Here's your doubles. Again, 2 deep shell with their secondary coverage.
Smith looking down.
Lord.
Flushed out of pocket. He's got a man open.
No.
Nice recovery by number 3. Larson Wilson comes up and bats it away.
Yeah, but
flag on the play.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a hold here.
Personal foul.
No.
Roughing the passer.
Wow.
That's going to be a first down.
Yes, sir. And 15 yards, right?
So negate Wilson's great play in the secondary.
They were really lucky, though. Smyrna was on there was a blown coverage.
Right.
On the left side. But Smith was looking to the right side of the formation right from the get-go. He got
it has man open, but Wilson was able to recover.
Yeah, but the way that secondary was rolling, my eyes would have taken me to the left side because you're in a balanced formation here.
1st and 10 for Franklin. They're now at the Smyrna 32-yard line after the penalty. 2:15 to play. They lead 14-8.
There it is.
And then he's going to turn up and run and get to the sticks. And
he tried to deliver a blow himself.
Well, same thing that happened when the last quarterback left the game. Just get out of bounds.
Yeah. It's a long season. You don't need to take those.
Well, and you're not going to – the next hit on the line you're not going to get now.
Right. And now we have another late penalty.
There's a flag on the play.
Smyrna not familiar being in his shoes. This is 2 weeks in a row where they've fallen behind.
Unsportsmanlike on Smyrna.
Sportsmanlike penalty.
So that's going to be a half the distance.
Yeah.
Did that come out of the pocket I think it came out of?
Yes.
Okay.
The penalty makes it 1st and goal. Franklin ball on the Smyrna 9-yard line.
1st and goal at the 9. Smyrna held them on the last time they were 1st and goal, but that was courtesy of a penalty.
This is a big drive for Franklin.
Oh, absolutely. They have so far found the answer for Will Knight, and I guarantee a lot of other teams in Delaware are going to get this film. Now, part of it's athletes too. It could be.
Absolutely, and the other is good tackling.
Right. This Franklin bunch is very athletic all the way around.
Yep.
Pistol formation, low snap, got it off. He's got a man open.
Big hit. Number 9.
Brings it down, stays with it. It's number 32, I believe.
Not Jared Mullen.
Number 38.
Jared Mullen with a big pop.
Number 36, Von Remus. Or Reams. 2nd and goal at the 4.
Little power eye. Eye right.
Yeah. Ball on the ground. He's able to pull it back in. No loss on the play. Ball will stay on the 4.
3rd goal, ball on the 4.
Going back to the Gators X's and O's, we said touchdowns in the red zones. You need a touchdown
3rd
here.
and goal from the 4. Yeah, they didn't get one last time.
No. Power eye right again. See if they run ISO. Yep, there it is.
Off 20, and Smyrna's maybe a yard on the play. That was number 20, Hilton on the carry. And gain of 1. That's going to bring up a 4th and goal from the 3.
Goal ball on the Smyrna 3-yard line.
Desmond Wilson, senior for Smyrna, did a really nice job on that play.
Smyrna bringing in some meat at nose guard now. They've been playing an athletic front 4. Now they're bringing in some bigger bodies.
Shouldn't this be 4th down, Benny?
It should be 4th. I believe it's 4th down, yeah.
And why
3rd
not
down
kick
on
it?
the yard marker right in front of the referee. I got this as the 4th play.
They're calling time. Franklin's calling timeout. They wouldn't give it to him. Busted play.
Number 9, Keyshawn Tolbert.
Oh, no. The down marker's still saying fourth. Now it's showing fourth down.
Now it's showing fourth down.
Did I miss something? That's
I must have missed a play. They're on for another field goal attempt.
Folks, I'm sorry. I'm usually on top of that stuff.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Your score at the end of 3. Franklin Indians 14. Smyrna Eagles 8. Folks, we're going to be right back with the fourth quarter.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our...
And welcome back, folks. Field goal attempt by number 85, Jake Herman. He'll be attempting a 21-yarder. Here at the start of the fourth quarter. And this here is going to make it, if he gets this, that's a two-score game.
Yep.
It's down, it's up, and it looks like it's good. And it is 17-8.
That was almost in the field, too. I don't know how you missed that field goal and you keep getting these extra points deep.
So 17-8. That's two-score.
Again, a lot of football left to play.
Possession game.
A lot of football left to play, but if you're Smyrna, you have to answer with something here at this particular point.
Yeah, Smyrna's got to get something going, and
hey, we talk about players of the game.
Right.
Nice job by Larry Smith so far coming in and managing the offense.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Yeah, he's on my radar.
He was on my radar in pregame.
Yeah, a couple, and he's spreading it out.
It's just sometimes you get a feel.
This might come down to a stat game too.
Could be.
17-8, minute or 11:55 to play in the game.
Big question here: can Will Smith? Will Smith. Can he come help out?
Yeah.
Can Will Knight put this team on his back and snatch victory?
Well, they were in this position with Sussex Central last year, so never count these guys out.
And that game turned into a blowout.
High kick taken by Roberts. And
great tackle.
Right about the 26-yard line. Great coverage by Franklin on that.
Yeah. Everyone stayed in their lanes. Really nice. Good job. So many times, you just want to run to the football.
Right. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 27-yard line. If you're Smyrna, do you want to slow this thing down a little bit? And I know they play fast, but that's just not helping them. It's just causing them to make mistakes.
You are who you are,
right.
Benny. You can't change who you are. And
they're changing because they're going 2 backs in the backfield.
Now, they did that. If you remember, they did that in the first quarter. And that's exactly what they did. They went motion to create a matchup in the secondary.
Will Knight.
There it is.
And that's good night. Will Knight.
Game changer.
He's long gone. You are not going to catch that kid. 83-yard touchdown run. Will Knight. You said Knight had to answer.
There it is. Absolutely. And there's the don't give up a play over 20. There's your first one. 80-yard touchdown run. Will Knight, great job. That's what they ran in the first quarter, though, Benny. They came out in that 2-back set. Motion the receiver out to trips, which created the lane for Will Knight to run through. That's a good job of putting an old play in your pocket and holding on to it until you really needed it.
Watching him last week playing against Middletown, and Middletown's got incredible speed too. He's pulling away from people in that game.
There's your read option.
And they're
I
going
think
to
he's
stop
short.
Extra point try, no good.
That's a field goal game, so
17.
no harm done there. If Smyrna's going to beat you, they're going to beat you with a touchdown anyways. So.
Yeah.
So, folks, we'll be right back. Your score, Franklin 17, Smyrna 14, and they're striking up the band.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, open 7 days a week. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you soon.
And welcome back to Smyrna, Delaware, folks. Smyrna scores. They strike up the band. This crowd's come back to life. They were quiet, Sean.
Well, 11:36 left. A lot of football left.
Absolutely.
If you're Franklin, though, you're telling your boys, fellas, we're okay. We're still winning this football game. I saw a lot of heads start to kind of come down a little bit.
Number 60, Anthony Buscemi.
Short kick to about the 35, taken by 20. Hilton got some. Oh, big hit by Aku.
He is having a night. He's played the wood a few times tonight.
Returns the kickoff to the Franklin 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
11:28 to play. 17-14. Franklin leads. Smyrna with the ball. Or excuse me, Franklin with the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Trips here to the short side.
Pistol formation. Oh, trips to the short side here, as you called it, Sean. And they're going to go option right.
Aku missed
Breaks
his tackle.
or missed tackle more than anything. Get out of bounds. First down.
Ooh, close to a late hit, too.
Franklin.
Smyrna has to be careful. They can't afford any 15-yard penalties here, giving them extra yardage. But Aku had the pitch man. He was in position to make a play. He left his feet. Run through him. Run through him. Good form tackle.
1st and 10 for Franklin at their own 44-yard line.
Sometimes today kids want to go for that big hit.
Right.
And they fan and they miss. Just go old school, man. Wrap them up and tackle them to the ground.
Aku's been doing that all night, too. So.
Yeah.
Smith drops back, has a man
Steamers.
open over the middle. And that's
a touchdown, folks. That's a touchdown. 4 verticals.
56-yard touchdown.
Touchdown pass to number 6.
And they come right back. And remember I told you how Naylor was giving up on routes
23.
and having some really struggling at that free safety spot over there. That's what they did. They ran verticals, created a one-on-one matchup, and beat Naylor for a big touchdown. You're going to answer Will.
So a defensive first half. Now we're looking at an offensive second half. So
well, what you're seeing is 2 great coaching staffs that can dial it up in the locker room and say, okay, boys, here's what we're seeing. Here's what we're going to do to counter that.
And Franklin on with number 85, Herman the kick, looking to put up 10-point lead. And it's up. It's good. It's kick and kick.
Extra point good makes the score. Franklin
24-14. Still 11 to play here in the football game. Folks, we're going to stay right here. And got some scoring updates here in the 4th quarter. Still the last update we had with Sussex Central. They lead Queen Anne's 21-3. That was back in the first half. DMA 21.
14.
Milford 14.
At the end of the 3rd.
Still St. George's 14-13 over CR. Laurel now up 28-8 on St. Elizabeth. And Woodbridge has opened it up, Sean. The Blue Raiders 42, Dover 20, second half. Sally's starting to spread their lead. 36-10 over Sussex Tech, and Suitland still leads Cape 14-0. Franklin on the kickoff here in the 4th quarter. They lead by 10, 24-14, 11 minutes and 8 seconds to play.
Souths look like they're going to be really good this year.
Yeah. There's a kick down the left sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds. I imagine Smyrna takes that to 35,
Kickoff goes out of bounds.
especially with the coverage, and there's a flag on the play. Oh, the flag's the out of bounds.
That is by design, folks. You work all week about it, kicking the ball into zones.
Put it in a spot, yeah.
Yeah, and having your coverage team run down.
Their coverage team has been spot on tonight. And
But you just scored on a big play, so you don't want to allow the momentum to
they
switch back.
On the ensuing kickoff, which is always followed by touchdown.
Correct. So that, folks, is by design.
And I think we alluded to it earlier, Sean. It's two well-coached football teams. Coach Judy and Anthony Burgos. A lot of credit to these two guys.
I have thoroughly. I told you before the game I was excited to see this. I have thoroughly enjoyed this football game. You do this, I do that. Oh, I have a good matchup here.
Right. Double slots.
So much different than some of the high school
Knight in the
football
backfield,
we see.
Wilson at quarterback. 11 minutes, 8 seconds to play. 24-14. Franklin with the lead.
3-man rush for Franklin. Free safety spying on Will Knight.
And Wilson keeps it.
Yep.
And he's got the first down. Takes that close to midfield to the 47.
Have I been calling for that play all night? Right? Everybody's flying. Everybody's running to Will Knight. That's been a pull all night. That free safety runs away. Once you get through that second level, there's no one in the middle of the field.
Wilson's done a really good job of riding him with that football, too.
He has. He's done a great job.
First down for the Eagles.
They had one bad snap or exchange.
Looking for Roberts down the right
back shoulder
sideline.
throw.
Great
coverage
play by Roberts.
Yeah.
Number 8, Frankie Stevens. Looked like he had the ball. He went up to the highest point, but Roberts able to push him away from it and make it an incomplete pass.
Well, he was falling away from the ball too. He didn't get. He went up for the ball, but he was falling away from it. If he goes up vertical, he has a better chance of making the interception.
For the Eagles at their own 48-yard line. Smyrna has to score here, Sean. They're.
Yeah, I mean, Franklin on offense right now has some things clicking. They feel comfortable. You got to answer that last score. There's the pull again.
With the keeper, but nowhere to go.
Good tackle
Lost
that time.
2.
Hopefully we can see a number this time. I see number 9. Number 9 and number 90. Number 9 is Jordan Dixon and Rashad Dendy on those two tackles. Huge saving tackles because if he gets by those two guys, you're looking at another possible touchdown.
3rd and 12 for the Eagles. Same formation, double slot.
Corey Crawford runs on late for Franklin to play free safety. They're having a coverage
Franklin
problem.
Staff sees something.
Well, they just went to a 2-deep shell. So 4-2 or 3-2 in the box.
Throws it underneath, incomplete.
Yeah, good coverage
bring up
that
a 4th and 12.
They had a 2-man route here to the bottom of the screen and 3 Franklin Indians to cover it.
Right.
Everything was pretty covered. He tried to do a good job of just throwing it where his guy maybe have a chance to get it along the sideline.
Here comes the punter, Anthony Buscemi.
Good 3 and out by the Franklin defense.
9:54 to play. 10-point lead for the Indians, 24-14.
You talked about, them worrying and hurrying. When you have a guy like Will Knight that can score in a matter of seconds,
right?
9:54 is a lot of time for them to play football.
I think if you're Franklin here, you try to step on their throat and score one more time.
Oh,
blocked!
Block punt. All kinds of stuff going on. Big hit on the sidelines there.
They're going to take over.
By number 58,
the block
Brent
punt.
Young.
1st and 10.
Brent Young with a big stick. 6 foot 220, senior.
Milford game's getting a little closer. 21-20, 4th quarter. DMA still leads. That sounds like a missed extra point, Sean. It was 21-14. A little surprised. We talked in our picks with all the 2 great running backs Milford has to win by just a field goal and only a field goal last week, 3-0.
It was week 1.
True.
There's your draw again.
And breaks the tackle. This is number 3. Samuel Botchway, and he's got the first down.
So they saw something at halftime. That's the third time they've run the draw this second half. And each of them pretty successful.
Mr. Botchway sending a message up to us here in the press box, too.
Yeah.
I want some pizza. Louis Pizza, player of the game. It's probably going to come to, it's going to be
hey,
a lot of guys fighting
I want
for it
some
right now.
Louis Pizza, too,
Right,
brother.
we'll make
I'm
Sean
hungry.
Brennan player of the game.
Yeah.
First and 10 for Franklin at the 23-yard line of Smyrna. A little shovel pass sniffed out by number 1, Debo Williams. Nowhere to go. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Debo was a kid we talked about earlier. He had 9 tackles last week, but we haven't said his name much. I think maybe once or twice in the first half. And he had 9 tackles last week against a really good Middletown team.
Second and 11 for Franklin. Here comes that jet sweep with a little shovel pass. Aku sniffs it out, but he's getting carried down the field.
He's close to a first down. I think he might be short.
Talking about marking down about the 14-yard line. It's going to be a yard short.
That time they came out in a double tight, double flanker. We used to call that tech formation. Run the speed sweep off of that. Now, we were always under center when we ran it. They're running shotgun, so that's why he shovels it forward.
3rd and 2 for Franklin.
Same formation, folks. Double tight, double flanker. What they're trying to do there is create balance with the look that Smyrna's given them up front defensively to help their blocking schemes up. So a lot of times by going too tight, you're able to get some easy.
Quarterback sneak.
Easy
He's
blocks.
got it. Breaks a tackle inside the 5. They're going to mark him down at the 5-yard line. First and goal.
You talked about wearing them down,
right?
Because
and
they
we
were
said
so
that in the
big.
first half. Could they wear them down with their size? It looks like they have.
The last few series, you're starting to see that now. The big boys up front starting to take control. It's been a long time since I've watched the Smyrna front go backwards.
First and goal from the 5-yard line. Smyrna looking on the verge of going 0-2 to start the season, but I'm sure Mike Judy's like win the North.
Little outside zone.
Touchdown. Number 9, Dixon, 5-yard touchdown run.
Again, great adjustments by that Franklin team. So this series they come out and run tech, run some outside zone, run some draw. Really nice job.
30-14. That was Jordan Dixon on the touchdown run. Good snap, ball's down, it's up, that's good. 31-14. Folks, we'll be right back after this timeout. Welcome back, folks. 31-14. Franklin leads Smyrna.
Taking off for Franklin, number 85, Jacob Herman.
And this one's high, short kick. Picked up by number 8, Colbert. And he's got the kicker to beat. He's down the sideline.
Benny, that's why you kick it out of bounds.
Right. 75-yard kick return.
That's why, folks, you work on hitting it zones. They tried to go a middle zone that time, hit it high, let the coverage come down. I like kicking it out of bounds. You can't return
What we
it.
call the ensuing kickoff. We just talked about it.
Momentum, right? But, well, I'll tell you this after the 2-point conversion. Late flag.
Late flag.
This may come back. Looks like they're pointing at number 55, Tyke Moore for Smyrna. What a possible hold, maybe.
I'm waiting to see what the penalty is here. Looks like it's going to be on Smyrna. Sean, I lost my pen, my whiteboard pen. Carl Rove would not be happy with me, would he?
No.
Scoring update, folks. Slade Zanham 36-10 over Tech. Woodbridge, they lead 49-20. Apparently Michael Brewer is having a game over at Woodbridge. Laurel 28, St. E's 20. And Caravel beats St. Mark's 42-0.
Last week you lost your keys. Today you lose your pen? Come on, buddy.
13-yard line.
Yeah, Carl Rove wouldn't be happy with you right now.
I know. It's been that kind of night.
Earthquake formation again. It's in your hand the whole time.
Will Knight reverses field.
Death grip of a tackle. Is that number
31-20.
5? Number 9, Jordan Dixon with a big tackle.
And we're going to cut to a commercial real folks, and we'll be right back with more fourth quarter action.
Throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out.
Back to Smyrna, folks. 6:54 to play. I think we're probably looking onside kick here with the Eagles, and so is Franklin. 31-20, they lead. Oh, there's the high bounce. The Franklin
Recovered
Eagles,
by Franklin.
Franklin Eagles pull it down.
Yep. If you're Smyrna, you need a 3-and-out here.
Right.
Just keep playing. You know?
The
just
update
keep
with
playing.
that DMA Milford. Milford goes in to score, going for the extra point to tie it up. DMA blocks the extra point. It's 21-20 with 5:05 to play.
Special teams 1/3 of the game.
Yes.
But yeah, just keep
Bobby
playing.
Bowden coached. 6:51, 31-20.
Stop with that Florida State stuff. Stop
Florida
with that
State.
Florida State stuff. I can't. No. Coach Spurrier believed in that.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard, their own 48-yard line. Yeah, hand off to Dixon. Tries to cut it back.
There you go.
Number 45.
And I believe
Desmond
Smyrna
Wilson
still
on
has
tackle.
all 3 timeouts, so
Right.
you know there's plenty of time left.
Loss of 5 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 15.
Second down, 15. Ball on the Franklin 43-yard line.
Well, that time the outside zone was not there.
Second and 15 for the Indians.
On those scoring drives, Franklin had done a really nice job of getting off on 1st down and creating positive yardage. They haven't been in 2nd and long in a while. Looks like you're going to get a little blitz here off the edge.
Motion going to flood that right side. Fakes the jet sweep. He's got nowhere to go.
Well, Smyrna
Tackle made by 22, Aku, and 28, Hunter Moyer.
Smyrna sensed that the whole way. They just ran that sweep into the blitz.
Yeah, where was this during that whole third quarter? You know, Smyrna now stepping up and making plays. Weren't making them when they really had a chance to stay in this game, and now they're having to do it late.
Well, there's a sense of urgency now to what you're trying to do.
3rd and 11. Correction, 3rd and 18.
So watch screen or draw, right?
I would have been. They've run it well all game.
Nope. Verticals.
Under pressure and sacked. It was Hunter Moyer again.
And that's a huge sack because you've just lost about 10 more yards. So now you have to hope for a big punt because you're going to get the ball with about 4 minutes or so at midfield. You can rip one onside kick. You're right back in it. 3 timeouts. Folks, don't turn this game off. It is not over.
All right. 4th and a mile. 4:47 and counting. 31-20. Franklin leads.
Oh, almost blocked.
And a run kick. He's going to take it right at about the 38-yard line. 4:33 to play. Smyrna takes over 1st and 10 at their own 39.
Naylor almost made up for getting beat on that steamer route earlier. But what he did, we talk about going to the foot, not to the leg. If he goes and lays out to the leg, that's going to be a roughing the punter. So he did a great job at his point to get to the leg, to the foot.
Well, the Smyrna crowds woke up, Sean. Here they go. They're trailing by 11. This is a 2-possession game. And to their formation, 2 slots. Wilson at quarterback. Knight in the backfield.
Oh.
Number 8 had his hands on it. That was Frankie Stevens.
Oh.
He had the inside position on him.
Good coverage.
Great coverage by Indians.
Good coverage.
I don't think the home crowd likes the play call here.
Well, Smyrna had a good matchup with Will Knight on a linebacker.
Right.
They had that early, and I had talked about that earlier. It was in the 3rd quarter. Now Franklin's taken their free safety who's been spying him.
Right.
And even now in pass pro, he's going wherever Will Knight is going. So Dwayne Davis from Franklin following 25.
Wherever
Will Knight wherever he goes.
I wonder if he was following the locker room at halftime. He's all over him. 4:26 to play, 31-20.
Well, because Will ran right by the linebacker.
Right.
And Davis was right there over top.
Man coverage, 3-man rush here. Fakes the jet sweep. Fakes to Knight. Nowhere to go. Big play by number 3. Botchway.
Cape Henlopen score for you.
14-7?
40-0.
40-0. Wow.
Ball on the Smyrna 37-yard line.
Wilson looking down the left side. Has overthrows number 80. Devin Smith. That's going to bring up a 4th and 12.
It gets a little more air under it. He might have a chance to run under that ball. Betting little tip from Mama Gator. Milford Bucks line up for a 22-yard field goal with 29 seconds left.
Wow.
No result of that yet, though.
3 minutes left. St. George's leads Cesar Rodney 29-23. That Woodbridge game's the final. Woodbridge knocks off Division I Dover 49-20. 3:51 to play here. 4th and 12 at their own 37-yard line for the Eagles.
If you're Franklin, keep everything in front of you.
They just don't let the big play.
Correct.
Under pressure, he's going to be sacked. Number 60, first man in there on that, Isaiah Gardner.
Great, that's a coverage sack.
Right.
Great coverage down the field. Not a single player open.
1st and 10 for the Indians. They're in Smyrna territory.
Ball on the Smyrna 33-yard line.
The Smyrna fans are not happy with what's going on. They're not used to being in this position. So if you're Franklin now, you got to try and make Smyrna use their timeouts.
Try. That's a handoff to Botchway. He's wrapped up by a whole bunch of Smyrna defenders. Number 9, first guy there, Jared Mullen. There's a Smyrna timeout. We're going to take one with him, folks. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Ronnie Burkle from Papa Grande's.
Come visit us at Papa Grande's in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. See you soon.
At Papa Grande's, we serve fresh, authentic Mexican food with specialties like blackened fish tacos and short rib cheesesteak burritos. We have great nightly specials throughout the second season and serve the best happy hour at the coolest bar every day year-round. We are open 7 days a week, all year long.
Papa Grande's overlooking the water in beautiful Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott.
So we're back. Sean with a late field goal, 40 seconds to go. The Milford Bucks now lead Delaware Military 23-21.
24 seconds left. What an exciting game. That's in Milford, too.
Hall of Fame night at Milford.
Boy, that town must be going crazy right about now. Coach Strickland going to go out to 2-0.
Right?
Many people thought he'd be 3-7.
13, ball on the Smyrna.
I had him 7-3, though.
3:33 to play. Second and 13 at their own 36-yard line. I think Division II is going to be crazy again this year, Sean.
Play action pass.
Smith.
One-on-one. He's open. That's a touchdown, folks. That's a touchdown.
6, Kearney.
No safety help that time.
36-yard touchdown pass.
Touchdown pass to number 6, Asante Kearney. Makes the score, Franklin.
I like that call.
Yeah.
I like that call. You've burnt them a couple times this half on the deep ball. You know, it's that's the dagger.
Yes, it is. That's ball game. Well, with 3:26 to go, he got it up.
I think he missed it.
Good.
No,
38-20.
Boy, that just squeaked by the left upright.
Franklin 38, Smyrna 20.
As they said on election night, Sean, we're calling this one the Louis Pizza Player of the Game. Number 10, the backup quarterback, Larry Smith, 3 touchdown passes.
How about it?
No need in even having any suspense. This kid has played a heck of a game. Laurel. I'm just going to stop picking Laurel games. They win tonight 27-14 in Boehner Stadium over St. Elizabeth's.
That's a long ride and a team with great tradition.
And coming off a very disappointing loss to a talented St. Elizabeth's team.
But do you tip your hat to that coaching staff and say, hey?
You know, this happened to them last year. They had 3 games where they lost by a total of a touchdown.
Right.
Just games were slipping away from them. Last week.
Well, they were undisciplined.
Right. Last week they couldn't finish.
Right. I mean, they were undisciplined last year too. Right. So that a lot of silly penalties were drive stoppers or kept drives alive for them.
Exciting because we have Laurel next weekend with Washington High School out of Princess Anne, Maryland. On the kickoff is Herman, Jake Herman, the kicker for Franklin. They lead 38-20, 3:26 to go.
Larry.
And not going to make that mistake twice, although Roberts catches it about his own 7-yard line, cutting it back to the middle. Oh, big hit and a flag. That was number 20 on the tackle, Hilton.
There's a flag on the play.
You know, we talked about Larry Smith being the player of the game, and I was all for it. But don't forget, Asante Kearney, two big, huge touchdown catches.
But Smith was supposed to stand on the sidelines and hold helmet. That's what makes him player of the game.
Oh, hey, that's why you prepare. You're always one play away from getting on the field.
He was supposed to spend
and he's played.
Yeah,
you know.
He was supposed to spend the night holding his helmet.
Yeah, well.
And he comes in and throws 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
First and 10, Smyrna ball on their own 13-yard line.
3:19 to play, 38-20. And a timeout, Franklin. And we're going to take one with them, folks. We'll be right back.
Timeout, Franklin.
New showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique image, you envision, we create. Unique Image opened for business in Wilmington, Delaware in 1979 with one focus, wowing our customers with great products and even greater customer service. 30 years later, we are still doing exactly that. Whether you're looking for marketing tools to promote your business, gifts for your employees or clients, or planning a special event, we're here with the voice of experience to help you every step of the way for your complete satisfaction. Visit our new showroom in the Mill Creek Shopping Center, 4577 Kirkwood Highway. Unique Image, you envision, we create.
And welcome back to Smyrna, folks. You're on the 302sports.com network. We're here in Smyrna, Delaware. Franklin Indians out of Reisterstown, Maryland, last year's 4A runner-up against the two-time Delaware defending state champ, Smyrna. Franklin leads 38-20. Very defensive first half, a lot of offense in the second half.
Oh no.
Wow, good. We'll update you here in a second, folks. And Will Knight picks up close to a first down display.
Jay Thompson,
told you about with the 40 seconds left, and Milford kicks the go-ahead field goal. Delaware Military takes it down and kicks a 21-yard field goal to take the lead, 24-23, and has to just be seconds left. If there's any time left.
So much for 2-0.
See, you talked too soon.
I did.
Will Knight off the right side.
Good tackle. Good tackle by Frankie Stevens.
Man, that's going to be a first down for the Smyrna Eagles. 2:47 to play, 38-20.
Ball on the
Franklin.
20-yard line.
Slant pass. Whoa, that's number 13 with the catch. Makai Jackson.
Thompson going up high, though.
Yeah.
Makai Jackson for gain of 5.
Call one of those headlock tackles.
Yeah.
5, ball on the
Second and 5.
Is he one of those wrestlers you had on?
No, he was not.
Oh.
He would have had a hip toss with it if he was a wrestler. Tried to run before he had the ball. Will Knight drops it. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. 2:06 to play. Third and 5 for the Eagles. Empty backfield.
Man coverage.
Hey, Franklin's just coming here and said, we're going to put my athletes on your athletes, and let's go.
Yep.
And that's a pass to Knight over the middle. He's got a first down at the 50.
Will Knight for a Smyrna first down.
Well,
and slow getting up.
That was Knight being matched up with Botchway. We've called his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, Botchway's played a heck of a game. He's the kid that did miss last season with an injury.
Yeah.
Ankle injury.
And he allowed Knight to get to his inside. The safety got over the top late. A good pitch and catch in between the two zones. Hey, you hate to see something.
That might be a final. DMA 24, Milford 23.
You hate to see something like this, at the end of a game.
Right. And that is a final. That's official. Delaware Military beats Milford 24-23. Sean, in high school games, you don't usually see a lot of field goals. You see 2 in the last 40 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
We didn't see it. We heard about it.
Both teams having quality kickers under pressure. Under pressure.
So, 1:58 to go, Sean. Hit you in the press box, brother.
Oh, thanks.
Anytime. Smyrna's going to go to 0-2, and they bring on a tough Edmondson, New Jersey next week. So, Mike Judy, I think basically you take this team in, you learn from it, and say, win the North.
Well, I mean, that's still going to be their focus, Benny, is to win the conference. That's your immediate trip to the playoffs, okay? Being 0-2, you don't want to start your season off that way. But again, you have an automatic trip to the playoffs. Just win your conference. Next week, you can build off of this week, okay? They got to get better in the passing game.
Right.
Yeah, you got to get better in the passing game. They matched up. Franklin did, really well with this team from Smyrna, and that's kind of the questions we've been wondering.
Right.
If there was a team that had athletes that could
Right.
match up with what Coach Judy was doing, because he was such an innovator in our state with the things he was bringing offensively. This Franklin team has shown a blueprint to some other teams that,
Right.
hey, we can do this. We got to make sure our matchups are good.
So not a lot of teams in Delaware that can match up like this, though.
I understand.
This is a very athletic.
No, I understand. But Middletown can.
Yeah, well, nice.
Slasianum can. So there's a few of those.
Sure, that collective sigh of relief from the Smyrna fans as
Sure.
Wilton Knight got up.
Yep.
I mean, he's your main man on this team, and 317 yards last week. He's definitely over 100 yards again tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's on track for a 2,000-yard season.
Well, one carry was for 80 yards alone.
Right. And Wilson under pressure just throws it up and out of bounds. And we're going to have a intentional grounding, it looks like.
Well, I don't know how. He's outside the tackle box.
Yeah.
Ball got past the line of scrimmage.
He got it over the line of scrimmage. In Camden.
No.
The Riders come back.
Do they really?
They are 2-0. They beat St. George's 30-29.
Wow.
Congratulations, Coach Dan Candeloro.
St. George's 0-2 this year.
0-2, moving up to Division I.
Coach Candy getting off to a good start.
Well, this is season 3. He's had 2 rough seasons to start. And, again, I'm 0-2 picking those guys. I'm not picking Law anymore. I'm not picking CR. It's 4 losses or 2 losses for me in 2 weeks.
You're struggling this year with a couple of those picks, huh?
Oh, that's right. I did pick CR. I did pick CR tonight. I forgot.
You sure?
Yes, I did. It was him and Holland, but I took him.
Okay.
Second and a mile for the on the loss of down.
Here's your bubble screen.
Crash the bubble screen. That's the number.
He's got room. He's got room, folks.
Jackson. He's got some running
room
on the left side. Oh!
Good tackle by number 18, Corey Crawford. Taking a good angle. Not giving up on it.
Sean, I think there's Jackson keep running for the pylon instead of trying to run up the.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Will Knight had 127 yards.
Wow.
On 20 carries. $130.
And wrapped up in the backfield and a late flag.
Illegal motion.
Didn't that happen long before that?
Will Knight, folks, has re-entered the game. That stops the clock, right? While they set the ball. Now it's winding.
First and goal from looks like the 13 over there. Well, now you said you checked back in the game, 38-20. Minute 20 to go. Will Knight hit. Keeps the legs going, but he's going to be brought down. It's going to bring up a second and goal.
Good patient run by Will Knight that time.
And we're going to have a
should be a timeout, right?
Timeout, Smyrna. And we're going to take one with them, folks. We'll be right back with the final minute of the game.
Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon.
Back, folks. Second and goal from the 9. Minute 6 to play. Franklin leads 38-20. And like you said, Will Knight with 127 yards.
And he's still in there.
Calls.
He's still in there.
He's still in the game.
And he's running hard.
To the corner. And there's
that'll be pass
interference. Called it, but they're going to say out of bounds.
Did they wave it off? I can't see.
They called the penalty, but then he called the ball, but they said he took it out of bounds. Delmar falls to 1-1. They lose to St. Mary's of Annapolis 35-17.
Pass interference penalty against
That's going to bring up a first down and goal from about the 4-yard line probably. 59.6 to go. And they go back to the earthquake formation. And Franklin wants a timeout. So we'll take one with him. We're going to be right back.
Franklin.
With this final 59 seconds. And we're back. 59.6 to go. First and goal from the 5, it looks like.
Earthquake.
And the earthquake formation. Snap, direct snap to Knight.
Good tackle.
Gets about 2 yards on the play.
Good tackle.
25, Will Knight carried on the play for a game.
And we have a timeout for a player down.
Timeout, Smyrna.
Timeout, Smyrna. We're going to stay right with it, folks.
That was Frankie Stevens on the tackle. He did a really good job of chasing that down from behind.
So Delmar gets the big blowout last week against Smithsburg. Tonight they get blown out by St. Mary's, 35-17. And they come back to Delaware next week to play St. Elizabeth. I think next week, Sean, we're going to start seeing more and more who's who in Delaware, especially in the Henlopen Conference.
Early in the season, these teams are taking opportunities to go out of state and play play some quality ball clubs and get tested.
Right.
To help set yourself up for your conference play.
Said in the north, Cape and Lopen still next week they play Northern, who has no other Delaware common opponent. So we're probably 2 weeks away from seeing who they are yet. You don't know anything about this Suitland team. Nobody else plays them.
Right.
Smyrna, they lose close to Middletown, who's number one. And Shannon Riley told us they are the class of Division I. So,
right.
They're just playing a talented football team here out of Maryland tonight. And here we go. 53.4 seconds to go.
Oh, they've
third and goal.
Done a good job against them, though.
Right. It's kind of the second, third quarter they seem to fall asleep, and that's where the game got away from.
I think Franklin's O-line kind of took control of the game.
I said, would they wear him down tonight? Here comes a blitz. That's Knight pushing the pile. And they're going to push it back. He's going to get down inside the 1, though.
Will Knight carried on the play. Brings up.
So that young man just took 3 or 4 big defensive linemen, pushed him down inside the 1 before they threw him back behind the 5.
We talked about it when they were running this earlier.
Right.
The strength he brings.
And that's Knight again. That's a touchdown, Will Knight, on the 1-yard run.
And that's hats off to the Smyrna Eagles because at 38-20, they could have laid down, and they just keep playing. And that's going to benefit them as they move on to try and defend their state championship.
Oh yeah, they're learning a lot.
Yes.
These first 3 games.
Absolutely. and offensively they're still trying to discover who they are.
Right. And that's going to be Isaiah Wilson. He's in. It's going to make it 28-38. So although Franklin's going to walk out of this win, Smyrna's been respectable in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Smyrna's hung with them. The big difference was big plays. And we talked about holding Smyrna to no plays over 20. They had their one big play with Will Knight with a 80-yard touchdown run. But Franklin has answered all of those big plays with big plays of their own.
Going back to our dream players of the game, Kearney was one of them.
He's over 100 and some yards in receiving, almost 200 yards in receiving.
If that's the starting quarterback, we go Kearney player of the game.
Yeah.
The backup comes in and chunks those touchdown passes.
Sure.
And
he's managed the game.
But it's a player to watch.
No turnovers.
He was our Dream Scouting Network player to watch, one of them. And Botchway was the other one. He's had a pretty good game. We've called him on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, he's done a really nice job. Definitely, I really liked watching him play on the defensive side of the ball, to be honest with you.
On the Smyrna side, we called Will Knight and Hunter Moyer.
Right.
We've been calling their name all night too. So
sure.
Your Dream Scouting Network.
Aku was one of my guys to watch, and he's had a good night. Get a little onside kick.
The onside kick here. There's the high bounce. Bobble it around. It looks like Franklin's going to get it. 24.7 to play. Franklin with the ball. I think, did Smyrna use all their timeouts, Sean?
Do they have one left, maybe?
They have one left, or they used them all. So probably, who knows?
Either way, you're lining up in victory formation.
Right.
Lining up in victory formation. Getting her done.
Franklin offense comes back on the field. They lead by 10, 38-28.
44-yard line.
Third quarter difference of this game. Yep, absolutely.
The third quarter was the difference.
I started seeing Smyrna get lulled to sleep in the second, late in the second quarter, and then the third quarter, Franklin just came out and stepped on their throat.
Yep. They came out in the double tights and a double flanker look and created some matchup problems. The three big draw plays out of the run game. It's a time for our Louis player.
Time for our Louis player of the game. For the Franklin Indians, the backup quarterback, number 10, Larry Smith with the 3 touchdown tosses. And they weren't.
They were bombs.
Yeah, they're bombs. He
they were bombs.
Downfield, my man.
They were bombs.
Track.
And Kearney with the great catch down here in the end zone, where you thought it was batted away, and I was calling touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, what a great job. I talked about Larry Smith in the beginning of the game. Looking at this team statistically, he has played in those 2 games. He has some experience, and I know Avery is a special player, and we hope that everything's okay with Emmett Avery, and he's able to come back and contribute to.
So we're going to take a quick timeout, and we're going to go back with the Sodell post-game show, and I think we should have some stats worked up by then. So, folks, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, open 7 days a week. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you soon.
And Sean, it's time for the Sodell Concepts post-game show, brought to you by Sodell Concepts, 10 restaurants, a food truck on the culinary coast in Delaware. And if you could hand me that stat sheet. We'll talk about first our player of the game. Number 10, Larry Smith, the backup quarterback. After Avery gets hurt, he comes in.
Where was he at the half?
Well, yeah, at the half alone. The second half, Well, Kearney has 191 yards receiving.
Right.
Larry Smith, 7 of 14, 169 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he was supposed to hold his helmet tonight.
Right.
You know, he is our Louis Pizza player of the game.
Well, I was telling you about Kearney. I mean, 191 yards, 5 catches.
Yeah, Trey's going to go down and
2 touchdowns.
Trey's going to go down and get a picture. Kearney might go, what?
I know, right? But you got to give it to Larry Smith.
Right, yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
You do.
Like you said, you're always one play from being in the game.
One play away.
Larry Smith, the quarterback from Franklin, he is our Louis Pizza player of the game. And you'll be able to see his picture up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram as the Eagles or the Indians celebrate their win.
Is this a shocker?
Huh?
Is this 38-28 score a shocker?
No, I think that I thought the first half was a shocker.
Yeah,
the low score, and they picked it up. Let's talk a little bit about Smyrna now. They're 0-2.
Sure.
But they're 0-2 to 2 quality teams. They're going to have Edmonton, New Jersey next week, and like we said, I'm sure it was a season all season long. They don't have to go 12-0 again. They just want to improve, win the North, and get themselves back in the state tournament.
When you're winning championships, Benny, it's about a journey,
right?
And it's actually not the raising of the trophy that makes it special. So
it's a trip along the way, yeah.
Absolutely. So what's making this special in this opportunity to three-peat for this ball club are these hardships that they're facing now, because these are the things that are developing them and hardening them. So come tournament time, they're tournament ready. They're not going to see another team like Franklin again that can actually match up one-on-one and play, man-free in the coverage to take away pretty much the entire Smyrna passing game. So these things here are designed, these games here are designed to get them ready for the tournament. So being 0-2, hey, you lost a close game to Middletown. You make some adjustments. That could be your final anyway.
Right.
Your whole season's ahead of you. I told you, focus on winning the conference. Win the conference, go to the tournament. My softball team showed you. We were the 11th seed in the tournament out of 16 teams, and we won a state title. Seeding doesn't matter. Yeah. It's about getting to the dance. Absolutely.
Everybody starts on the left. We talked about Kearney. We talked about Smith. Let's talk about Will Knight. 20 carries, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just another Will Knight night for the young man.
Well, here's what I say. 80 yards of those, one play.
Right.
Okay? Franklin did a great job tonight of containing Will Knight. That first series, he was shaking and baking, and Franklin then stopped their feet. Once they stopped their feet, Will does a good job of staying square and getting up the field. Their adjustments that they made defensively was he can shake and bake all he wants, we're going to run through you, and we're going to gang tackle you. And so there was 3 and 4 different guys there, and as strong as he is, he's getting positive yardage, but he's not ripping 80-yarders, 70-yarders. And he did have that one time. They found a way to shut him down, and that was the difference of the ball game, my friend.
Yep. So our next week, another non-conference matchup with the Washington Jaguars from Princess Anne, Maryland, the last town there on the Eastern Shore. They're headed up to Laurel to take on the Laurel Bulldogs, who have been shocking to me 2 weeks in a row. They fall to Brandywine last week with 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and then tonight they come out and lay it on St. Elizabeth in Baynard Stadium.
Right.
So we
taking that long trip.
Yeah. So we had them next week against another Bayside Henlopen matchup, and then we're back into conference play. The conference games are going to start, and that's where it's going to really get exciting.
Where the town shut down and the rivalries start going, and
we have Woodbridge coming up, with Dover coming up. We have we'll be back here with Cape and Lopen. So another couple weeks, and we'll be back into conference play, and which makes it the Henlopen Conference game week even more and more important as we get down to the end of the year, and our regular season concludes with a game I know you want to be at.
Yeah.
The Battle of the Bell with Lake Forest and Milford at Milford this year.
Yep.
So, folks, thank you for big turnout on the air tonight. We appreciate that. We welcome you, Franklin folks that tuned into our game tonight, and hope you enjoyed it. Hope you felt we weren't too much of a homer. I don't think we were. It was fun to watch this Franklin team.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Watch this Franklin team.
It was awesome.
Didn't know much about them coming in, but we know a lot about them now.
Yep.
And There are your winners. There you go.
It was fun just
2-1
watching,
on the season.
going and researching and watching the highlight films and stuff. They were explosive, and they showed that here tonight.
Folks, for our cameraman, Trey Mitchell, our stat man, Dave Marvel, our two producers, home in Lewis, Kristen Mitchell, Nick Hadley up in Bear tonight, shadow producing us. For Sean Brennan, I'm Benny Mitchell. For the 302 Sports Network, have a good night and a great night weekend. Sean, I'm going up to Delaware tomorrow. Cornell, where are you going to be?
I'm going to Scranton to watch Caleb Brennan and the Arcadia Knights.
So, folks, that's a wrap. We'll see you next week in Laurel. That's a wrap for tonight. Good night, folks.